midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their throne, checking the charts with their AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary and awe, it's blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, relentless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
Hey friends, what's up? Good morning. How goes it? Hold on, something's like rattling. I hear something on my other desk is going. Let me go see what that is. Hold on. Driving me crazy. Like something's like rattling or something's getting like. There's like a. Oh, it stopped. I'm hearing things. I must be hearing things. I don't know. Good morning. You know what I mean? Like if you have like something like hot in a fan or something that's like now it stopped. I didn't do anything. Now it stopped. Well, could have been a water bottle. Could have been something. Oh, maybe it's my water bottle. That's probably my oddly shaped water bottle with the dent on the ground. The one that I always set on here. And then after about an hour, it slowly moves like this and falls over and scares me every time. Maybe this thing is leaning. Good morning. What's up, you guys? How goes it? I figured, you know, I'd investigate it before I got in the middle of a trade and it started bothering me. Hit the like button, you friends of mine, family members here. Well, I gotta sign in all my stuff. Hold on. It's technically official. The alpha for the new site has already started. We got the prop site released yesterday, and I got the employees kind of working on it right now. What am I trying? Oh, this one here. Hold on, I gotta sign in all my stuff here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Hold on. Which is an exciting time for us to have the site live. So, what is this one? Okay, we'll do that right there, right there, right there. Get this thing right there, right there. Market's been selling off. I didn't catch any of that move. Although that was the move I was speculating that we would get. Anyways, oh boy, I look like I just crawled out of bed. Time for a haircut though. I probably should like book one out next week. Good morning, good morning, good morning, friends. Hello. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Ian. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, Simon Dean. Good morning, Fraser. Good morning, Kevin. Everybody. Let's put on the reading glasses so I can read what you guys are saying. Gain Capital, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? RT, what's up? Or RT, what's up? Good morning, My Stories. Good morning, Ali. Dad, Chris, dude, relax. Chris just like, Chris don't like the newer people, newer face on the stream. He's like, Matt, shut the fuck up, get back to work. See, that's what I like, you guys. Tell me how it is. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Aid. Good morning, MP Lame. Good morning, Liquidity. Duarte and everyone else. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rockets, you're just overpowered, man. Yeah. That DD this morning, but last night, I didn't touch any of it, man. I wanted to grab that DD and I was like, somebody was talking about it. I was like super scared to touch it, but yes, right. We opened below MHP and market just sold off pretty hard. I actually did take it in one of my prop accounts for 700 bucks. That's it. I got in and got out. I was like, you know what? Let me just wait till tomorrow and get a fresh day. Because we've been flip-flopping so much because of the, you know, the conversations about the Iran war. It had like 2 days ago scared the shit out of me. And like, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to just hold on to something and then go to bed anymore, you know, because I don't trust even stop losses at this point to be, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to let the market continue to sell because this is what I think is going to happen. And if it does, it does. And then we'll be fine. And then it just kind of bled off all night. I finally like, and also in this sort of, you know, no matter how good you trade, you're about like one Trump tweet away from the poorhouse. Is kind of how it is. I decided to lock in. I told you guys I was going to take a 50K payout from TPT. I was going to do it last Friday, but I decided to keep going. I was like, you know what? I'm going to need this buffer because of the way things are in the world. And so I made, you know, this week I made like another 40 or 50K or something. Well, actually, no, probably a little bit more than that. And I decided to take some of it out, not all of it, but I was like, let me lock a little bit of this in. What I like to call my break even or then some money. So like everything I paid for, you know, the activation, not the activation, the eval and all that stuff. Like, okay, let me just break even plus on that. So I took off. Did Sir Darb tuck me in? Nah, I had to tuck myself in last night. But so I took out 25 instead of 50, leaving most of the money still in there, so I could have some buffer to play with. So I took it. I realized that like I guess I'm the worst influencer in the world because I think the word influencer is stupid enough to begin with. I don't call myself that. I think other people call me that. But I think like these people like to say, check out my payout. Everyone, check out my payout. Look at this payout. Look at this payout. And every moment they put a payout in their pocket, it's like tweetable. I think I post like 1 out of 5 payouts. I forget so much to even let you guys know I took a payout. So I'm like, last night I tweeted, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I took a payout. I don't know if I really don't care about it that much. I guess that's why to me, it's not content, but it's like, oh yeah, I did. So I've been taking payouts. I haven't told you guys all of them. I have been taking some payouts along the way. I try to keep about, like take out a quarter of what my accumulated balance and leave the rest in just because I want to keep trading it. Just so I can keep paying me out. We'll see how that works. But anywho, you're going to like definitive downtrend on both indices. I think we are as well. I think it's rare. Okay, guys, let's get it started in here. Like Fergie said, let's get it started. Okay. Let me load this one thing up too. Hold on, where's this all at? Oh, there it is. Okay. Where am I? That's so interesting. Hold on here. This thing right here is not popping up. What? figure out where it is. There we go. Who knows? Oh. There it goes. So no real trades for me last night. I did actually jump in on the short in one of my prop accounts, and I was like, I'm only up 700 bucks. And I jumped in on the short, and I was like, all right, guys, hit the like button on the way in. Don't forget. Oh, I gotta type in the poll. All right. Exactly as I said, they wait until after market to release the market moving news. Once they saw oil gapping up, it kept getting bad news for UDD was the play. Yes, right. So that's exactly what is going on. I was reading on Twitter somebody yesterday, or some, I don't know if it's real or paper. You never know with these kids. I like to look at somebody if they have an NFT as their if they have an NFT as their avatar. I usually think it's some kid paper trading. So some kid with an NFT avatar. You guys remember those things? I was apparently shorting $4 million worth of oil at 92. I was like, you know, if you just want to give $4 million away, I can find better ways to spend it. Like, you don't short oil when we're bombing a Middle Eastern country for like years. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I remember what it was like being new myself and trying to use charts to chart out commodities. I've given so many speeches on how you can't chart commodities. They don't give a shit about your double tops and your highs and your... The commodity's gonna do what commodity's gonna do, man. It is so sensitive to like geopolitics and all the other stuff like that, that double top in oil, good luck. I saw somebody posted on my Twitter. Twitter's getting more and more comical. I think the younger traders become, the less sophisticated they are, the more easily they're sold on the easiest guru nonsense, and they kind of regurgitate it. I saw somebody post the other day, and somebody else made a picture drawing an inverse head and shoulders on the VIX, and that part made me chuckle. Like VIX is about to break out. I don't know if they were actually just trying to be sarcastic or they actually were believing that, but you can't make this up, people. There's people drawing head and shoulders is on the VIX. Like volatility is about to rally. VIX don't work that way, but you know, it is what's out there. We see a lot of it. Okay, all right. This morning we opened up, we sold off, we bled off all. This is exactly what I said was going to happen yesterday. I said we should be getting, actually I said this Monday, sorry, was that this doesn't make any sense. Trump doesn't decide the end of the war. He doesn't. The people we're fighting do. Now this is the moment where Trump said we are ahead of schedule. So this is what I like to call the we are ahead of schedule line. The ahead of schedule line, create a little red line here. Let me just go ahead and put this. This isn't a red line, but let me put this right over here. So we can see exactly where that level is. I'm just going to draw it, not to scale. But here, right, you can put this guy right here. And this level is what I like to call, you know, like when you guys think of gaps or whatever, it's the impact point, right? The anchor point, we call it here, that the news went out. That's the price we were at. And let's get it right on the money. So the minute it started moving, this is where like the early birds got wind of it. And then like the majority of the population started taking off with it. So we're going to mark that as the level we return to. If you think that the war is still active and going on, we should completely price out that commentary, right? That makes all the sense in the world. Get rid of that. We'll do this here. So we kind of tried last night to get back to those levels, right? Let me zoom in here. It says a landslide. No, he's really worth he's really worth $100 million. That's the majority of his classes. Is how long the VIX on fair value gap breakout plays, you know, good stuff. I still found that meme to be funny with him and Tim Sykes and all those guys sitting on a stage begging the general population of attendees at whatever charity conference they were holding, please can you give us, you know, money towards our 50K goal to build a school. I know Tim Sykes' whole thing is to build schools. He's a penny stock pumper or dumper. I don't know which one he does these days, but penny stocks, they're all apparently worth hundreds of millions of dollars sitting there. And but they still got to ask the public for money. And I was like, that sounds about right, you know. We're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but can we pull all of you average Joes together? We need to raise 25K. Like if I was Lance, I would buy 20 schools on that stage just to show off the hundreds of millions I had. But anyways, I digress. That's funny. This is the funny part of being in my job on FinTwit. I think I could be the stand-up comedian of the FinTwit world, where there's so much comedy out there. It's a little highbrow humor though. You have to kind of be smart to understand it, because we talk fast with big words. So I'd have to lowbrow it a little bit to be like, you know, consumed by the general public. But you guys are the smart folks out there, so y'all get all of it. Y'all roll your eyes at everything I roll my eyes at. Kind of a funny place that we work in, isn't it? It's what I call fake Wall Street. It's FinTwit. It's Twitter. Let's say so 682 and 726. Okay, we already touched it on the S&P. We haven't touched it on NASDAQ. So keep that in mind, 682. Let me load up my 966, which is here. 64, which is there. Good, 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 good. We are gapping down significantly on NASDAQ. 150, and we're gapping down 40 points in S&P, which is great. We're gonna have a really clean read on resilience. The question becomes, do we open and just flush through, or do we open and we try to push our way back up and then flush through? It kind of feels like it's not just crashing out. It feels like it's trying to price its way lower. If you want my opinion today, right when we open, it's probably gonna right up there and try to get up at the top. I don't think we're going to sail off, but that's just me speculating. Wall Street, yeah, it's I think like real Wall Street has its own circle of folks that just tweet, and it's like, you know, really respective and not as toxic, and it's like people that actually made it that aren't trying to like buck up to each other with their fake accomplishments for Discord views. And so when we see like, you know, Bentwit, I'm sure it most likely is the laughing stock of the Wall Street community. You know, there's a group of people that all think they're traders and they're paper trading and they all sell courses. I bet you the people at JP Morgan laugh all the time at what it is that, yeah, what do they spend like every moment of their day advertising prop firms and posting like an occasional $5,000 payout, and people actually follow that. Yeah, they do. They buy their courses too. These guys are like courses. These people selling courses too. Yeah, they do. How much money are they making their payouts? Yeah, this dude posted a $10,000 payout, and he sells a $2,000 course, and people buy it, and they're probably just like laughing at every bit of it, I would say. You can't use the double top and head and shoulders on VIX, unfortunately, as much as we'd want to, as much as you're taught. Can't do that on the VIX. VIX is its own identity. It does not trend. It does not hit bottoms. It does not break out. It does not have fair value gaps. It just responds to this dynamic of how options are priced. And 86% of JP Morgan's was the S&P. You're laughing at the fears. Yeah, we should just get all of them rocket scooter, right? Show all of them the way. Anywho, welcome to the stream, guys. I'm on my way to my 1 million challenge here. I got offset a little bit by that random Trump conversation last Monday that just makes me so salty. I've worked back yesterday and today. Yesterday at the end of the day, I did have a short in play into MOC on the pop, or after MOC, in MOC after the pop. Right here, I took a short, closed it out at the end of the day. I was like, when it popped, I'm like, we're gonna sell off, and I took it, and I was hoping it would sell off, and it just kind of did this. About 3 or 4 minutes after close, I just went ahead and took profit, and that was up like 10 or 11K for that. That was that. I didn't make really any trades all day, just sat there and watched it. Then the market opened. I contemplated taking a short, but it did this, and I didn't get the bounce, and so I was like, eh. Once S&P broke through MHP, I was like, finger on the button. I need to jump in and just chase this short. That is the short play I wanted. It didn't work. I didn't take it. So as you see, it just sitting there blank for the day. But you can see it does look like it really wants to get back up here. We will be probably trading off a half gap, which is going to be that resistance area about right where if we open here, my half gap will be like right there in the middle. So we're going to look at resilience, right? If resilience is positive, you get a really nice spread to fill the gap. We are below MHP, so it's hard to believe that we will break out of MHP, but here's some stats. When you have confluence to point in the right direction, if MHP resilience is up, then it's almost close to 90%, at least so far in our last back test. When we get our overnight, sorry, historic overnight hedge pressures, kind of like we'll have that actual data, but we say about like 9 out of 10 times you close on the same side you do. So it's going to want to try to make its way back up here as long as the confluence is there. Now, the thing with NASDAQ is we open below. So NASDAQ wants to stay below here. S&P wants to go up there. So when you think of that push and pull between the two, you've got a pretty decent amount of run, and it's going to be a pretty volatile day. So wait for bottoms, wait for tops. Don't chase into something. I think the general direction is down. You know, wait for your play. So I'm saying, give me investment advice on what to do, the long or short, but I can tell you, whatever you're doing, you're not going to miss out on any good trade if you wait for a better setup. Jumping into something like you're going to miss out, and it could be the answer to, like, you know, your worst trading day you've had. Somebody said doing technical analysis on a derivative like VIX is pretty much short bust technique. Yeah, it kind of is. I even expand that thought further and I say if you try to use TA on a commodity chart like oil or gold or something, it's pretty much the same level of dumb. On occasion, you might see some effects there, but like 98% of oil's move has nothing to do with the chart. It has everything to do with the supply and demand of that one commodity. So I don't think people just say, you know, I kind of want to buy oil for my refinery, but the chart's double topping. Maybe we should wait for a dip and then buy it. Do that. They got to pump that. They got to sell their stuff all the day. Where do I post overnight trades? I don't really post my trades anywhere. I just do it on the stream. Twitter is probably the best place to see where, like my performance results, but like, I'm kind of like historically known as being like the one person who does this that doesn't post trades or entries or anything as like a call out. I've never really had that service like where I'm like, okay guys, I'm long here. Hey guys, I'm short here. I think I guru totally backwards than what most people do. I believe it's probably because I'm the only person that doesn't need money from people, so I don't try to sell guru services, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, where do you post your plays? Somebody asks. I don't even have a room where my plays are posted. As a matter of fact, I don't even talk in my own Discord pretty much ever. I tend to like not do a lot of that stuff. I wish you know, and I know it'd be important and informative for you guys to see what I'm trading or where I'm trading. I get it. For some people, but that just literally leads to people either wanting confirmation bias or wanting to copy my trades, and it basically becomes a job at that point, and I don't need a job, I guess. I haven't done it. I'll casually mention it in stream, like if I'm watching Brad's stream or something, I'll usually post it in there like, hey guys, I'm in the short or whatever. But yeah, weather could literally affect commodity. Yeah, like a rainstorm or something, right? You got an extended cold snap, and then all of a sudden, you know, natural gas prices get through the roof, blasting through all your resistances. Like those are the governing factors of commodities. So you have to be even more careful charting commodities, and you have to really study the fundamentals. With index products, we're usually lucky because the fundamental drivers are pretty scripted. Like they come at a certain time. You know when Fed's going to be talking. You know when analysis is coming out. You know. You can almost guess what the interest rate's going to be every meeting. I mean, you pretty much don't get general surprises on the overall index unless we go to war and all that variability of the war. Imagine like when there's a variable of the war and the market's like doing this and this and this. And then you look at it and you go, okay, that is kind of true. Forget my charts, forget my levels, structure's getting broken. But imagine like a commodity is like that all the time. You know, like there's a strike at this gold mine, gold prices, you know, there's like, you know, these two countries are at war and there's a major shipping lane through there. You know, it's like all the time with commodities. They're so sensitive to anything that it's harder to find structure-based trading off of patterns in commodities. I learned this years as an oil trader. No matter what kind of, I think that's what almost soured me to the experience of trying to use technical analysis to begin with, was probably because I was trying to do it on oil. You know, and I was like, I'm like, oil moves when some oil minister of a Middle Eastern country is, you know, talking about being bombed by another country next door that also produces oil, and oil's flipping out that whole week. And it seemed like every week there was always something topical in the news you had to be paying attention to that would drive prices. And then it just felt like I was just chasing like noisy news all the time. Once I moved to trading the indexes, it was like a lot more stable and a lot more peaceful for me, which I liked. I was like, this thing actually trades to structure. It actually goes really nice. It's nice and clean and nice and easy, just moves really well. I like it. right. All right. Okay. Letting you guys know, our site is officially, our prop site is officially live for alpha testing. Again, I'm not directing you guys to it just yet, but it's ready for our admins and our alpha testers to get on it. Right now, it's like at the functional stage. By the end of the month, it'll be perfectly beautiful with all the features we want. We're ready to go. I'm super excited about it. And we're still debating on changing the slogan. We don't know. But there you go. It's like that. You know, none of the data is input onto the admin, onto the major portion of the site. There's a thing that explains and describes all the pieces of it. It looks like there's some bugs here, but we're working this out. Oh, there it is. There it is. Had to load up. And then it's going to rank, like once we get all the data input, the top firms and all that stuff. FAQ, how it works. All there ready to go, baby. Nothing is on the site now. So if you happen to like learn the name or jump into it, don't interact with it. Don't sign up for it. Don't do anything until we tell you, because it's not ready for user. It's not ready to take user accounts yet. I want you guys to be wowed with the full experience. That's also part of it. So that's another reason I'm being like stages. I want when you guys land on it that you have the full experience. I don't want you going through the alpha test, which is like where you go in there and there's really just like, you know, bugs and incomplete stuff. Misspellings, UI mishaps, things like that. Don't wait for that. So try not to go there. Don't create accounts. All you're gonna do is waste your time, because we're gonna wipe the user database anyways after the alpha and after the beta, because we want people to have, like, who are doing like each round of beta testing, to have a fresh experience from the start. That way you can test the whole onboarding process. So during alpha, no customer signups, nothing. This is more for the admin side. We'll pull in some alpha testers from the community if you guys want to be part of it. Your job would be to test the integrity of the back end and write reports, bug reports, things like that. If you want to volunteer for that, we'll ask for it. But first, we're going to spend the next week inputting all the data, getting all of our affiliate relationships lined out, getting the new code, all that stuff. And then we're having our official kickoff meeting with all the employees and team today. So today we train everybody on it, and it's ready to go. So it's pretty neat. There's going to be a phase 2 that comes out. It's going to have even more features. We couldn't, like, phase 1 is to get the scores out, the ranking, the compare, all of that. Phase 2 is going to have like the history of score changes, which can be very important, because like as a firm changes over time, you're going to want to know the history of how the score changes. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of important. Every time there's a sale, every time there's a something, you'll be able to see the history of the score. And so since we don't have like history of score changes, we don't have that for phase 1. Wasn't important. So phase 2 is going to have a lot more cooler stuff, man. I'm so excited. So from in the future, you'll go there. If you ever want to use our code and buy a prop, you will go there and click that button and just run it through there, instead of having to figure out which code to type in or whatever. It'll have everything there for you. So we'll have a code just about for every prop out there. And that's going to be what supports the site. So we really appreciate you guys supporting our community, supporting the site. The affiliate revenue that we draw in from the prop space, we're completely using that to make a mathematical review site of the prop space. I can only imagine how many people are going to cancel our codes if they don't like their score, or you know what I mean. I feel like this is a real finicky industry. I already had, you know, a couple just one casualty because somebody didn't like what I said about them. So apparently, you know, this is what it's going to be like. And but I'm sure that the majority of firms out there would be pretty happy that we have, you know, their listing or whatever. But I'm sure there's gonna be 10 or 15 firms who'd be like, nuh-uh, my account's not ranked that bad. And then people are like, yeah, it's not really ranked that bad. And you can be like, well, I mean, there's math. The math is the math. Yeah, but still though, these accounts are cheaper, so they're better. People are just gonna be dumb no matter what. But at least you guys with an educated sort of like crowd here, you're gonna have information that's gonna be just specifically math based. So the idea is that the overall score is based on the return on investment that you can get on the first payout. So it's first payout ranking. We'll have an extended model down the road that might factor in extra payouts. But the trick is basically this. The majority of traders do not get their first payout. So the idea that a prop firm is going to have, well, we have this live structure and we have this 5, 6, 7 payouts sort of thing. The goal is the value of your first return on investment. Everything else is bonus. Yes, some other firm may be better on the back end or whatever, but nobody's getting to a 4th and 5th payout. I mean, and I always say like comparison of why we chose to compare the seats in coach rather than seats in first class is that you're going to care if airline A gives you a meal in coach and airline B doesn't, right? There's a difference, but you're not going to like fly on one airline or the other in coach caring if the first class gives you a different kind of champagne or not. You're not gonna ever sit there, so it doesn't apply to you. So the metrics apply to the majority of users, which is kind of the neat part. So the main ranking is based on the potential return on investment of the first payout against what you pay for the time in market against the difficulty and other factors that basically polarize the score up or down. So factors like, can you flip the trade? Can you news trade? Are there subjective payouts? Is there a rigid payout system? There's a scale for everything. An example is Tradeify. On the payout structure, it's going to have A, B, C, D, and then like, how do they pay out? Rigid. No matter what, your payout gets approved if you follow the rules. There is 0 review, 0 subjectivity. The FAQ clearly displays the rules. So in our backend, we have all those things checked off. Other side of the coin, Apex. Apex FAQ is blank on the live program. They've denied payouts. They have things like that. They get the lowest score on the integrity side. So there's a scale and there's a metric that we have for each particular item. Certain things are just rigid, like these are the numbers. Other things are on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 meaning this, 5 meaning this. Do they do these things, A, B, C, D, E, and you can check off all of them. There have been payout denials in the recent 3 months that you can prove evidence of. Do they have subjective payout rules clearly stated FAQ, yada, yada, yada. And then you get their score off of that. And then it actually ranks the value of the prop firm. And if you hit any of those marks, it ranks you much lower than your competitors who don't. So the idea is basically that. Some of the props might bot the scores. I mean, look, if the prop changes, I try to design this with this thought in mind. What if we become the next big thing as far as like prop sites go? What if everyone starts using it? What if everybody just likes it and therefore it becomes a thing that every time a release comes out, the entirety of the world is like, what does prop score say about it? Pretend that that's a case, right? And in that case, the prop firms go, oh shit, well, we need to kind of game the scoring system so we can get ranked better than the others. I try to make the model such as the only way you can game the system is by improving your offerings. So there's no way that I found through all of the model that somebody can sneakily get a better score with a worse offering. And so I was very careful about that, and that everything is included. So like the firm can't say, because, and also it's a non-linear sort of like, you know, model, the way that I can't explain how it ranks everything, but there's no way to reverse engineer our equation. That's for damn sure. The other thing is that nothing's left out. And if there is something that's left out, the prop firm will never be able to know, like, ooh, he doesn't, I don't think he factors news trading into this. So we can like game the system by, you know, taking something away and nobody will know about it and be obscure about it, because everything will be accounted for. So everything adds to the score in some factors. So I assume that there was a way that prop firms were like, again, I'm just assuming if we were important, maybe we won't be, maybe nobody will use this thing. But if it did, it'd be impossible for a prop firm to game their score without offering something better, which is good. So to answer that kind of question, there's no way they can do something illegit like that. Game it. All right, we are moving. A huge old gap down, a little bit of solid pressure in the morning. We tapped DD band lower on Nasdaq at 692. I think we are going lower and selling off today. It's hard to think from where. I think below DD band and selling off, the market is very unstable. And you know, war's still active and oil's still rallying, and you still have all those things that are moving this to the downside. Oil, after that big sell-off we had from 120, is now creeping back up above 95 in the morning. VIX just looks parabolic, man. Like it has been sort of like it's about to start the big sell-off. So I know I was ready for it. I know I was ready for it on Monday when I got burned on that little Trump conversation. But it is pretty much what's going to happen. I've made one trade overnight for $700 in one prop account. I mostly set out. I wanted to see, I just wanted to confirm that the downtrend was back on, which is kind of where we were. That's it. Huge volatility to open this day. 9 minutes till market opens, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, friends. It's like 8% of traders are sometimes actually get their first payout. It depends on which firm. But if you look at Top Step's rankings, right? What they told you, Top Step actually put out some data where a lot of that early information came from. Top Step, basically their data matches a 1/2 to the end model of failure rate. So essentially for their 2-day to pass, 5-day to payout, it was like the same percent of people, like of all the people that went to payout, it was kind of like 3% or something like that made it to payout that got passed. Like if you passed 3% of people or something, I think it was, that made it to payout. Once you went funded, or 3% of funded accounts got paid out or something like that. 3 to 8%, somewhere in there. And because of that, you think about it, if there's 5 days to pay out, 1/2 to the 5 is 2 or 8 or 8, 16, 32. So 1/32 is 3%. So if you assume every day is a coin flip, and you have to flip the coin right 5 days in a row, you have a 1/32 chance of passing, which is roughly equivalent to a 5-day payout for every account that gets passed. So what's actually was so alarming, but not like alarming to reveal, but didn't really surprise me, was that the probability of getting a payout, the mathematics is basically the mathematics of flipping coins, which was crazy to me. So the neat thing about that is that traders aren't trading them seriously. They're just gambling them. That's really what it's telling you. Traders are just basically straight gambling them. Every single almost eval account out there is treated as it's like expendable. Like the very first day, it's treated like I'm just going to blow it up if I get it wrong. And every subsequent day, traders are trading it like I'm just going to blow it up if I get it wrong. Like they're willing to lose the entire account in a single day. That's what those odds state in plain English. If the 3% of people get a payout after 5 days, then it means that every single trade, even on day 4, even on day 5, you're willing to lose the entire account. As in you're either right or every wrong. It's like binary system. You're either right or you're wrong and there's no in between. 1/2 to the end. So that means that traders just gamble these things, which is very cool to see that in the data. All right, we are selling off a little bit. We are sort of like trading lower into the night. War is still going on. I haven't read any of the news. Tomorrow's a big news day, by the way, so keep in mind you have hold on one second. I gotta load something up here. All right, we're back. All And we are get the news going forward here. Tomorrow, I think, is a PCE. Let's see if I get the calendar lit up. Tomorrow's PCE, and tomorrow is Michigan numbers, and tomorrow is one more big thing. I forgot. It's not non-farms. It's a GDP. GDP's tomorrow as well. It's a big news day tomorrow, and don't, like I said, market's gonna probably prep for it today. I'm not really going to try to chase a short at the bottom. We are gapping down a very significant amount today. And again, let half gap be your guide. I think that if resilience comes out pretty positive, the market's probably going to try to respond. I think it's going to walk down rather than crash down, but that's just me. When I say walking down is pretty simple. Walking down is probably some of the easiest trading you'll see. Where the market just basically, you'll make Tori and her trend lines proud that the market's gonna sort of like walk down. You're gonna get highs and lows and highs and lows and sort of hit that sort of thing. And it's not just gonna like it could just flush out today and be that big old crash day. But what I think we might end up getting is what I like to call a walk down day. So it's gonna try to return to maybe this equilibrium, test at its highs, and then maybe move lower. Again, pure speculation. Let me go ahead and just let the data come out and see, but you can see how the volatility is creeping up. It usually just indicates that the market is going to become wider. And so wider is, I always tell myself, that overnight range, we're going to go higher than that or lower than that. So it's not going to be an internal day, right? As the market is sort of like, the opportunity looks to be like the upside. Very well could be like that we end up here, and it tries to do this. And by the end of the day, it's like back to doing this. Who knows? That's one path. The market could just open and just dump. So I think by the end of the day, we're trading here or lower by the end of the day. So either A, at the bottom, usually at DD bands, I don't like to short down here or short when we break it. Might just be a day that I sit out. The opportunity here is shorting from highs, and I'm still back to that mentality there. Iran's leader making threats to, what a scary time to be alive, man. They kick the hornet's nest with those guys. I'm telling you. I actually walk around like, man, actually. I need to like, I think I want my camera to be like, come on, like a more zoomed in. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe more zoomed in, maybe less zoomed in. I don't know. Oh, like that's better. Does the double DD tap tempt me again? Would I long on a secondary tap? I don't want to be longing this market on anything like structure based, because we're news driven, future structure based, maybe only liquidity based. So like if we have liquidity pockets down there, then yeah, I think that's going to be what I do. But other than that, nah, man, I'm like... Okay, looks like we're out the door. A little bit of a pop-up, somewhat of a... now again, I'm not at all going to be like chasing this here. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna chill. Do we get something good out of this? Resilience is negative S&P, negative NAS. Oh, it's negative, negative. So half gap resistance here today. If this stays negative, again, give this a minute or two to play out. That's pretty low, but I always give it a little bit just to make sure that I don't get this wrong. Downside play, I think, is the case. If we break DD band, I don't chase shorts down in there. Wait for liquidity maps to come through, and we'll see how that turns out. I don't think we get a run up here. Negative 83 resilience. Oh my god. That's nuts. Ooh, probably still off the DD band now. Oh, looking crazy. Okay. Would I buy the dip here? Probably not. It's probably coming down, yeah. The resilience is flip-flopping a little bit. Let her rip. No trace for me yet. Just waiting. A little bit of a flip-flop action there. Do I want to do anything? Positive resilience could be some upside play here. In liquidity maps, we've got literally nothing. A huge, huge, huge IP. Oh my god, it's extremely volatile here. Downside looks to be it. No plays just yet. Bear zone support. Sorry, bear zone resistance. DD ratio is good enough for a bounce up a DD band, though. Okay. We'll see what we get out of this one. Actually could probably rally up into the pocket. So today's upside play, upper pocket short from there. So I think that we actually are doing okay enough that we can go to there. I can short off of that. Boy, I'm so scared to press this long button though. Here to there, here to there. I think it's the play. I don't want to short into this. I'm going to let it sort of move. If it goes up, I'm going to pop it right back down at the end of the pocket there. So we've got all of our resistances here. If in case it just goes to fill the gap with positive resilience, it's actually fighting to go fill the gap. It's very possible. I'm actually pretty impressed the way that it looks. Okay. All right, maybe I'll take it. Maybe I'll take a long in one of my prop accounts. That's what I'll do. I want to short it from the top in the main account though. Okay. Resilience is actually decently possible. Negative arbitrage but positive resilience. So there's a lot of flip-flopping in some of the stocks. I do think that the play is going to be at least maybe up to interact with MHP to test. But down by the end of the day. So this is what I think. It was a little risky for me to take this on a real account, so I'm not going to do it. But there to reject is my A+ setup. This is option 1. Option 2 is that it just says fuck you and sells off from there. So either way, I think by the end of the day, we make our way downtown. Making our way downtown. Hit that like button, guys. I'm gonna take this long and some prop accounts though. That's what I'm doing. Just props. I'm too much of a wuss to take in the real account. Too much of a wuss to take in the real account. Not here. I don't want to long into the real account. I can afford to just blow up some props though. Watch what half gap, what resilience is when we get to half gap. So pay attention to that. Do we break this opening range in the morning? We shall see. I think just any moment there's gonna be like a fuck you red candle coming out of here just to kind of screw with people. Volatility is starting to climb. I'd be very careful with that. 111 likes. Get it. Get it. Hit that like button, guys. Do me a favor, my friends. You know the drill. Hit the likey. I just took a $25,000 payout. I was gonna do 50, but I decided to leave more buffer in there so I can hold through more fat in this or have more fat so I can hold through more volatility. So I only took out 25K and only from one account. The other accounts I didn't take anything out of. So I was like, I'm gonna take some profit. I haven't been taking I've been posting my payouts that I've been taking, so I was like, I gotta make sure I remind you guys to take a payout. I don't try to make content out of every tiny dollar I make, but I did take 25K out of one of my TPT accounts and left everything in all the other ones. So just to lock something in. This market's always surprising, yeah. I did grab a long in 3 of my prop accounts actually now. And not anything big, just like 2 contracts, 3 contracts each. Just to at least go to half gap and pocket. If we go to half gap and pocket, it could rally through there. Resiliences are not very bullish though, so I think unless I get a move pretty quick, I'd be lucky to just take what I got and call it. And we'll see. With a ratio greater than half, there is a possible play. If, and it's a very low probability, I would say from here to here, and that's the max. With this dwindling, it's going to try to sell off. I probably am better off just like locking some of it in instead of holding. Negative resilience is probably going to try to sell from here. I don't think people are going to buy this market up today. Keep your eyes on this right here. This negative white line is going to pull back below 0. Then we're going to reject the open. So with S&P with negative resilience, is very high probability it is a gap and go to the downside. Just be careful. So watch this number here. Watch this number here. And we don't just completely flush out. I would like to short from higher though. Half gap maybe, I think would be a good place. I can build a short from 860 to 960. I can build inside of here. I don't have good resilience with me. I probably should take the profit, to be honest. Let's scroll through and check out some. I'm not touching in the challenge account just yet. I really want to wait for the ranges to be spanned. So we have a bull long up in NVIDIA, bull long up AVGO. We have a bull long up in MR, Amazon liquidity pocket. Everything is pretty stable, believe it or not, despite the negative resilience with things gapping down. Question is, are things going up and filling their gap? Microsoft a little bit to the downside on MHP. Reject. Meta is in an IP with MHP support. Tesla is good on a BLD. BLDs are very, very, very bullish from the bottom hedge pressure, which is great, but has BLD has, it's like bull with resistance. So there's a wider volatile range it can fly on. So the stocks aren't looking as bad other than they are gapping down. So we're going to see if the stocks do rally up. I'm a little surprised that that's the opportunity is likely to the upside. I think that we do trade down by the end of the day. But this opening range going to be the resistance and we just gap down and sell down? Very possible. But I'm engaged to the long side in 3 of my prop accounts now. I'm taking very little risk on this. I'm up about $10,000 on that. I could probably just lock it in, to be honest. Or trim to a runner. I mean, it's a prop account, like I care. It's really strong resistance pressure here. Or failed breakout attempts. Guys, do me a favor and hit that like button, friends, while you're here, while we're getting started. Not doing much. Yeah, Yeah, I'm a little worried about the setup here. Flip-flopping on resilience. It looks like it's trying to hold though. The stocks aren't necessarily in bear setups, and actually let's double check monthly maps really quick because that's kind of the most important part of this conversation this morning is where we line up on here. Yeah, so we are still in bear territory on the map side of things. About right there. Let's look at S&P. So we're still on bear side of monthly maps, which is still bearish resistance. You see where S&P turns out. This is going to be right here at this top there. So I am fighting with fire trying to long through it. S&P actually is... Yo, here we go. Here we go. S&P is actually in pocket. Very interesting. So that explains a whole lot why the S&P is actually supporting down in here. Kind of like the 715-ish level is kind of like the liquidity pocket on monthly maps. So there is sort of like a little bit of like S&P push, NASDAQ pull, like down. They're both pushing both directions. So you've got a really strong monthly resistance on both places. So S&P wants to go up, NASDAQ wants to go down. I don't think I'm getting the play that I want. Yeah, NASDAQ. And it's funny that NASDAQ resilience is up and S&P resilience is down. Which way do we go? If we break through this liquidity pocket downside, then you're basically selling off pretty big. So that support, if you're like a bull, you kind of want to, that's the support you want to hold on to. That's the one you're looking for. My intuition was like, probably should, it's not breaking out of that pretty easily. Letting the stocks flip-flop a little bit. We are still getting some support on S&P, so it's still kind of push up a little from here. Up and then down, like a quick squeeze then down. I don't know if there's a... Nah, probably just down, yeah. Apple just had MHP break to the downside, and Meta just had MHP break to the downside as well. All right, bigger bulls off of here. Maybe? Oh god, I think like longing this is the worst decision ever. I want to do it so bad though on the edge. I always try to bet on structure on the edge. Ratio's good. Everything here is looking somewhat okay. Arbitrage is sort of creeping back up. But man, I don't have any belief that we're bullish. It's more like, do we just squeeze people out before it sells off or this opens and drops? I have no bullish bone in my body right now. The only reason I was taking the long scalp for structure-based move was because things were looking somewhat okay for a pop before. I was gonna like take the props up and then close out and then short from the main account. Long and DD ratio is better. Possibly better, but we already kind of supported there earlier, so I don't really like... Right, that's like the better place to possibly long from. The problem is that I'm not really going to do that either. If we fall in the DD band, we're back into bear territory, so there's not really that good of a play. So on monthly maps, this is the bear side of the market. If we fall through here, volatility is going to pick up a lot, and it could do pretty much one of anything. So I don't think I'm going to engage further down inside of here. Kind of like my initial thought. right on the edge. So the greater market that's bullish and bearish, decision is made right here in the greater market. If we are below here, then we are dropping right into bear territory. And that's it. We can close out these trades. And that didn't work out. I should take a little profit there, but that didn't work out. I'm not touching it yet. My suspicions are good that we are coming down, so didn't touch it yet on the main account. Show me restrictions, boy. Boy, oh boy. Those levels, 682 is the Trump level that he was talking from. And that's right down here. This area right there. Wait for MHP. I would say probably waiting for MHP, yeah. This is your area that you can see some bounce from. Oh wow, TPT approved my payout. Like nobody's business. That's cool. Just falling right down to MHP. I could fancy along there, but let me think. SP touch MHP overnight? Nah, just the first time I did. Okay. I can try one more time. Let me think about it though. I don't know if I want to. I told myself earlier I don't know if I'd wanted to. Resiliences are not too bad on the S&P side. Probably take something here. I'm gonna keep it like very small, like 2-3 contracts, maybe 4, maybe 4. 4 is like small enough. I don't think it's, I don't have a lot of confidence in this either, but I'll take a stab at it here. DD ratio is still pretty bullish, so it's EST long. I like to take that long every single time, at least for some kind of scalp. At least down for the range where we are, at least to retrace to the mid. 752 via scalp of like 50 something points. I mean, not like it's not worth it. Volatile enough. I wouldn't be holding for like big long plays, but at least I'll try to take something out of it. Ooh, rocket scooters, gold mine. Them pivots are so sharp on the money. Ooh, so sharp. Y'all watching me trading small now? I'm trading like such a wuss, dude. I'm so scared. This market, I'm not gonna lie. The market freaks me out. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm a super duper scaredy cat. Read the I am liquidity super chat. Oh, I didn't even see the super chat. Hold on. What you got, man? Spoken about probably about rock scooter concepts, Bear Stearns, and he's confirmed big money does hedge at maximum gamma and high volume pivots. Oh, actually interesting. I did not see that. Ex Bear Stearns CFO, Lehman Brothers exec, was PM for Dolly at Bridgewater. Bro, your dad is like one of the, they could make movies about your dad. Are you kidding me? Your dad has all that clout in the industry. Fucking A, dude. All right, I got my scalp. I'm happy with that. That's insane. That's pretty cool, dude. And he can confirm for sure that the big money does play at high volume pivots and gamma plays. That's how big money trades. We knew it. There's no purple line today, and we don't have a catalyst today. So let me double check. Yeah, there's not really a catalyst today. Once you retrace half of what you've gone up, you don't really consider it to be a catalyst. So I'll take that little bit of a scalp there. The volatile markets, man, scalpy scalp. Wow, well, resilience is actually positive on the S&P. That's news to me. Amazon had half gap break up to the upside, so Amazon's starting to run and rally a little bit. I love Rocket Scooter. It's the best fucking thing around. Yeah, it was a Notre Dame grab, Northwestern math degree. The funds 100% hedge, high volume, easy to see pivots, go to the higher time frames, they're easy to see. Mathematical with the options data. I'm so glad that I'm so glad when I have, like, you know, peer review of my theories and our mechanisms from people from a different line of work that say that's pretty much what we do. I kind of like that. Kind of like knowing that. The validation is really nice to have. Just that quick scalp off the D, like it's volatile now. Obviously, I just grabbed like a quick whatever it was, $4,000. Nothing to celebrate over. Just something. It's something that's better than nothing. This is the edge of the bull side of the market. So again, same thing all over again. If we hold here, we do have a possible gap fill MHP. Like I said, my ideal place to short from is from a pivot. You know me, I love to short when markets are bullish or bull setups. This is bullish. This is actually somewhat bullish. It doesn't mean I'm bullish. It means it's bullish. And therefore, in bull markets, I only like to short from higher highs when I have the confluence to go with it. So if it just dumps from here, then it dumps from here and I miss out, and that's okay. Not long and again. Oh, hell no. No, I got in, got out. You guys know the drill. Well, this market's toast. Yeah. If it just falls and crashes and it falls and crashes, then whatever, right? It is what it is. And that's okay. Got in quick, got out quick. That's how the cookie crumbles. That's how the cookie crumbles, as we like to say. Mike is like, my dad can pull into a truck stop and identify a lot from undercover just based on the smell of their perfume. That's hilarious. That is too funny. Yeah, that perfume smells too rich. Are you a cop? That's great. MHP, do you want to take your opportunity a second time? MHP resilience is negative on NASDAQ. We have thrust ourselves back into bear territory. In and out, baby. That's the way we roll. Hold on. Brad sent me a text. He's got the kiddo, the granddaughter. There. Oh my God, they got watching me on the big screen. Well, I better not pick my nose or do anything embarrassing. My $25,000 TPT payout got approved very quickly. I was very surprised how quickly that got approved. Hello. I swear that door locks on its own. I swear it locks.
What are you doing with chat? You don't want me to see.
I don't want you to see. I don't know. I think when I shut it, it sometimes just locks on its
Guys,
own.
chat, he locked me out. What is he doing with you guys that he doesn't want me to see? The rest of the world can see, but somehow I can't see it.
We're playing.
What?
We're playing with our Magic the Gathering cards.
What are those? That doesn't sound appropriate at all. We're playing with our magical playing cards?
Magic. We're talking about wizards and orcs and goblins, and I'm embarrassed. We're showing each other our P&L. See how that's a private thing. Okay. Some of these folks are shy, you know, like.
A secret.
Mhm.
Nothing's a secret between me, you, and him, okay? It's a throuple.
That's 3 people. This is like a 979
I mean, there. What? Can you say that again?
979 It's like the secret's out that the Harley keys are actually my person's Harley keys. So, you know, they're not your person's Harley keys.
There you are.
Yeah. Who said it's a guy? It could be a Harley girl. You never know. Not really. Not from the movies I've seen. No. They look a little rough.
How is that?
Oh, dude. Thank you, babe. I love grits. How long did you microwave it for? Wait, it clumps together before you microwave it because grits, it's the starches make it gelatinous. So like, reconstitute it with a little bit of sauce. With the smasher?
Yeah. Or I just used
Oh.
the fork and I just did that.
Oh. You gotta reconstitute a little bit of it because it turned it like grits. Yeah, what I do is I'll throw a little chunk of butter in it, microwave it, and then.
Is it edible?
Is it edible?
Yeah.
Edible. Good.
Wait, that face?
No, I was just messing with you. It's good.
Is he-
I was pausing for dramatic effect. It's really good. Thanks, man.
Here.
I'm just unsuccessfully trolling you. My car. Let me bring that up. Oh, 2:30. Oh, you're doing that thing at 2:30? Go. Okay. Where you going?
Stop, don't give them your
You've
reaction.
officially entered retirement phase
Stop.
of your life.
Stop.
What is she doing today, guys? She's going to Home Goods before the crowd shows up. What are you gonna do? Go to the mall an hour earlier and walk laps between the Macy's and the Nordstroms?
Don't tell them. Anyways, I need.
Should I just give you a warm glass of milk
No, but
and some
I need your card to return.
Is it vases or is it vases?
Wait,
Voss.
who calls it a vase?
Fancy people call it a vase, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can imagine you in your track suit and your compression socks power walking around the mall,
Bro,
you know, before the stores open.
bro, I'm halfway there. Like
With your headband on.
I have compression
With 2-pound weights in each hand.
Literally, did you look in your Amazon shopping cart? I have those like ankle straps and arm straps in there.
Are you going antiquing next? Somebody said. Girl in her 30s retiring already.
You stress so I can live this ankle weight life, okay?
That's funny. Should I long at the D van? That's the question. Go into Home Goods before the crowd gets there. First world problems, man. Retirement problems, you know what I mean? I get anxious when the kids show up to Home Goods. I'm just playing. She's really busy. We got so much to do today. We signed our paperwork to open the fitness facility, so it's officially a go. They've already announced it on their Instagram and everything, and we're getting phone calls from everybody around the country that's like, oh my God, you guys are like the face of Houston. We're so excited to be in Houston, blah, blah, blah. So that's a go. We have three new LLCs that we've made. And we're at what she said, the thing we're doing at 2:30 is we're going to the bank to open up a bank account for one of them. It's official. Now we're in the process of negotiating our lease with the landlord for the space. And at the same time, we're building so remember I told you guys we want to do a boba shop. We've now convinced ourselves to go into the matcha business. The thing is that like her little niece is a gifted genius of a creator. She's the person behind a lot of Rocket Scooter Spunny videos. She does everything. She does film. She does you just name it. She actually made all your handouts, by the way, for the boot camp. She did all the the creation of that. She can do like Photoshop, video editing, everything. She's a very creative person. So she has this tea shop idea that she's always wanted to do. So I'm going to bankroll her for it. And so we're going to get the space next to the fitness studio and open a matcha shop to go with it. But it's going to be from scratch. We're not doing a franchise. We're building our own franchisable entity that we maybe could take regional, not bigger. Her concept is awesome. It's the interior and the layout. I can't tell you much about it, but I'll show you the concept art when we get it all done. The interior is going to be a thing that's cool. It's inspired from the East. It's not something you see in the United States a lot. So kind of neat to have something unique. So we're going to get 2 locations, 3,000 square feet. So 2,000 or 1,800, 2,000 going to be for the fitness, and the other 1,200, give or take, be for the tea coffee place. Tea shop, don't know what that is, never have it. The interior, it's like the interior design of it is something that's very common in the East, in countries out in the East, like in Asia. And you just see a lot of coffee shops here are just bland. It's the same layout. This will be more like an architectural beauty on the inside. So we're designing. So we've been spending a lot of our time doing that work. And so her whole family, we were all like, wanted to do something together as a family. So now everybody's getting involved. They're all excited because like basically we always talked about it. For a while we sat at Thanksgiving and we were talking about opening a pickleball place, and her brother never really pulled the trigger on that because he wanted to do it. We were going to invest in it. But like, so basically I just pulled it out of the talk realm. Like we've been talking about it. Let's all do something. And so I was just like, guys, I'll bankroll it. It's a go. I'm going to get a space and that's going to make everyone do it. And so everybody's like, oh my God, we're actually doing it. Yay. So now everybody's like her mom's coming in from out of town. And her brother and her brother's wife, they all want to get involved. It's kind of neat. So we have like a big family project with it. It's kind of fun. There's that bounce. Look at what it did, right? Confusing. But it is what it is. That's that volatility though. Did anybody take that second play on the long side? I'm just too scared to take it. Can I look at Bitcoin monthly maps? Oh, we don't have Bitcoin and monthly maps here. TD is goated. Dude, 100% goated. When that ratio is greater than half, such a strong pivot, dude. Up 10K, let's go. S&P's desperately fighting to hold on to the bull zone. DD a third time. Ah, boy, oh boy. MHP resilience is less than 0. I mean, maybe. Nah. Dude, I'm too shy. I'm too shy around this market. This market is making me shy. Yeah, can we dump from here? It's possible, right? The volatility's picking up a little bit. VIX itself is sort of like trying to decide if it's gonna kind of collapse out or not. We're still holding 25 on VIX futures, which is still the pre-market. It's actually the pre-market high. So we're actually supporting the pre-market high. Feel right here. Like this same area. So VIX is still elevated, even though it is coming down because the market's sort of trying to like stabilize. It's still like I hate to use the word trending with VIX, but VIX futures is still trending. It's still climbing. That volatility is ever increasing. So I wouldn't like, if you see V's like this, I wouldn't chase into some green like I'm gonna miss out. I really would like to trade from lower lows, but here we've got no lower lows except for liquidity pocket. That's probably it. Or the band itself. Wish that's anyone's game. Okay. I know I want to do something here. The one thing you'll notice, especially if you guys are trading accounts with trailing drawdown, volatility is going to be one of the biggest problems you'll have in trailing drawdown, because trailing drawdown, you're going to, like, even being right on the trade, you can go up and come down and blow up your accounts. It's a trap. Price action the last few days before this was pretty bad. Yeah, no, it was horrible. Like, it's kind of the worst thing ever. I got my it's crazy. My 4 contracts made $4,000 and I'm happy with that. In this environment, you know, when you're watching me making like 30, 40, 50K plays, I'm happy that I made 4. I'm so scared of this market. I'm not at all like confident that structure is going to hold. The volatility is too much. And the current events are just too much. Like, I'm very scared to take anything for long periods of time. Very true. I tend to, whenever I feel a certain way, I tend to want to sit out. If I feel something, I sit out. I don't like to trade through weird, iffy feelings. Now, again, S&P is trying to support that bear zone top. That's the bigger liquidity for the moment. 67.15 is bear zone top on monthly maps. It's consolidating here and trying to look like it's trying to run. So I can always smash it in a prop or two. But my brain is telling me to hold off. My brain is saying don't do it. Resilience is negative in both sides, which means resistance is very close. Resilience less than 0, resistance at 775, and then S&P resistance from here. So I don't think we break through this. Even weekly hedge pressure resilience is negative. So your major hedge pressures are all resistances as well in the S&P. Resistance from here, resistance from here. Like, upside moves through here is about the limit of the scalp. So like, if you got 2 trades like that, you're being smart. Like, I took that 1 trade, I closed out. This is also resistance. So resistance, 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 resistance. Everything here is pointing down, which means if for whatever reason we move up through here, I'm going to short the upper end of that range back down, which is what I like to see in this kind of environment. Back down to here. Like example, this is fighting the longer term monthly bear resistance. So this is actually trying to support on the longer haul. That is going to support exactly here. This is monthly maps liquidity pocket. This is liquid on the month scale here. So anywhere in here is a possible play. It's not crashing out. Do I want to take it on the bank account? NASDAQ? I mean, it looks good, but 2 contracts. And I'll do 4 on the dip. 2 here, 4 on the dip. Why not? Let's fight on the monthly side. Call me a wuss. I'm not trading it big, which is really smart though. Think about it. Right? When in doubt, you know, just sit out, but also, you know, when you have your setup that's actually not that bad, you always just trade it small. ES resilience just went slightly greater than 0 and MHP res just went greater than 0. Okay. Let me just jump in 4. Let me play it with 10. Fuck it. 4 on the, let me just get in before it's too late, and then 10 on the dip and then stop right there. So 4, 10 more for 14. Yeah, good. Okay. Resilience is actually doing pretty okay. Can't complain. That was a last minute decision there. Hopefully something good comes out of this. You're not finding a lot of bid here. That's the thing. You're getting a lot of that resistance pressure. Polarity's slightly flipping on resilience, which is a little bit of hope. We don't have any big half gap breakups though, so none of the stocks have pushed through with momentum just yet. I am hoping to see something good. Maybe Nvidia is doing anything slightly okay. Nvidia is just supporting at lows. Nothing yet. Nvidia just looks like this right now. Look exactly the same. Nvidia and NASDAQ pretty much are the same. So Nvidia tries to make a pop to next resistance, 183.72. Be kind of nice. So we'll see. I just took something little for the range. Resilience getting slightly better on the S&P. I wonder which stocks are moving. Like I said, it probably could go all the way to MHP, maybe to the top of the pocket. Best case scenario today, guys, is the gap fill. Like that, I can't see it going any further than gap fill. We pop up, we fill the gap, we're back to here to close. So to me, it's a long to there, a short to there. If I get that play, a twofer like that, oh, I'll be super pumped. Think you ever seen the pockets this large? Not usually, no. And this illiquidity pocket on NASDAQ is massive. 200 points. It's ridiculous. So like with it being in an IP, any green candle is not likely to be like, let's mosey up. It's likely to be like I'm saying in a moment's notice, it can just go. And that's why I'm like, let me just be in on it just in case, right? Illiquidity pocket's liquid enough. Now resilience is still negative on NASDAQ. The smart play is to take it to open and close it out and get my, you know, I have a 720 entry. I can certainly be happy with the 60 point profit. Or do I just want to risk it for the biscuit? The whole caboodle. Now this is where that resistance is coming from. The monthly support is actually holding pretty well. So I think my original thought is that we're going to walk it down. So the market's going to be volatile on the way down and just big old bounces. Unless news comes out today, this market is actually sitting fairly, trying to sit comfortably here. It's not as good as I'd like it to be. Resilience needs to get its ass above zero. This white line, this is all you need to look at right now. This line right here, I'm circling it. We want that to be greater than zero. For a long side, if it's less than zero, it's going to fight to sell off here. You've got two really strong pressures pushing into each other right there. You have monthly support right here. You have current right now resistance there. And it's certainly a coin flip from this range who wins. The coin flip is settled by this number below here. If that number is greater than zero, then the long side hopefully will win. And that's my bet. So resilience greater than zero is a pressure towards a gap fill. So you're gonna have sort of like this push and pull exactly right here in the middle. Longs from the bottom of the range, shorts from the top of the range, and your launch point is gonna be quick from here. Whatever it is, it's gonna launch. So we just rolled into a new hour a little bit ago. And the question becomes, are we selling off from here or not? Bitcoin on rip today? Let's double check that. How many percent? It's still down a little bit, but rallying up into the morning. Gold also just still down a little bit, rallying up to the morning. Gold and Bitcoin look almost identical to each other on the chart. At least for the opening play. Put all three of them next to each other, you can see that they all look exactly the same. The open. A little bit of trade down pre-market, bump it open, trade down pre-market, bump it open, trade down pre-market, bump it open. Same thing. We want that resilience to move up. We need to see some stocks moving, but I think people are a little scared. Oh, I do have 4. Shoot. Oh, that's right. I did. I said I was going to do 4 and then maybe 14 more at MHP. And MHP resilience is also still pretty iffy, pretty gross. Like, I'm totally bearish this market. Don't believe that the fact that I'm trying to scalp it long means I'm not a bear. I want to be a bear from a higher place, but I do want to try to take technical trades off of these pivots if I can get them. That's the thought. S&P is fighting its ass off right here, though. Oh, crazy S&P. DD band is trying to hold. This is the third attempt, though. A lot of times if you fail a third attempt, like it bounced, fell and reclaimed. This is the second test. I'm going to let it overshoot, and if it reclaims, maybe I'll get back in with more. But I'm keeping it really light today. If there's a reversal, it's big. My idea that there's a reversal is probably not. Probably not going to be one. But resilience is positive on S&P. Maybe. SP resilience is getting slightly better. It could actually be all right. Maybe it could be okay. Nope, never mind. We want to see a definitive move, and it's not really moving. Still stuck in negative. Nah. Do I want to take the risk with adding a little bit more? Not really. I'm perfectly okay with just taking something little. I'm talking like very little. I don't have the good indicators to go with this anymore. Aw. But at least with the choppiness, keeping it small is kind of the smart thing to do. MHP resilience is negative, so we don't have a, this is probably about a 74% rather than a 90%. Bull zone bottom still has supported DD band. This is the second time we've broken through it. It can probably get pretty nasty from here. This is why I just traded it very small. I'm not putting much risk in this market on the challenge account. The gambling side of me is like, just fucking mad, smash it long. But the safety side of me is like, with the current events the way that they are, you kind of want to keep a light hand on this. See, like I said, I'm just up and down 5,000, 1,000, just playing it. Took the scalp there, got in, built here with the intent to build here if things got better, and things are not actually better. Question becomes, is the S&P support on the bull side? Add a little bit more there. Oh shoot, hello. Green candle there. All right, come on. S&P support that. Support it, baby. Who is the one flip-flopping around half cap? Is it any of the big? It's not AVGO. Let's see if on the S&P in general. Netflix, AT&T. So you can actually look at all the stocks together. So just a couple of, not anything like big movers, but a couple. She's trying to hold MHP, which is good. Man, it's just not getting good reads today. There's not a good long side potential on this. So I'm basically in the trade with its right close to zero. The bet is, will stocks get bought up? And it's not, we're not getting enough movement just yet to create like a polarity flip. And arbitrage also negative, which is showing that negative potential for the index. So I'd like to see that positive. So I don't have strong long signal at all. All I have is my last ditch bull support, which is here. But if we lose this, I mean, the market's just 100% dead. So waited this morning. This is the possible play. I want to survive above the band. About an 8% chance of 8% of days close below the band. Without the confluence, it's about 75% of days, 74% of days will stay above the orange line. And with the confluence, about 90% of days will stay above the bull zone. So there is a strong enough resistance here to hold it if the selling isn't that powerful. But the selling can just overpower this. This is probably the strongest support cluster that we have today. Is this area right here. There's a support and that's it. Like if there's anything, it's here. And even with the stocks selling through MHP and with the stocks being a negative gamma, it's possible that they could break it and fall. I am taking the bet, but you know, we'll see what happens from there. Again, it's trying to get its ass over that green line. Okay. I'm just bouncing at the halfway point of the million challenge, dude. That freaking flower delivery day. What the worst conditions, right? The worst possible coin flip that could ever happen. It's trying, but it's failing. Should I take my $25 and be happy? S&P is now rejecting that bear zone resistance right there. This is alarming. So my finger is literally on the close it all right now button. I'm literally a moment's notice from just cutting the whole thing out. Let's get resilience moving. Come on. Okay, which stocks are breaking half cap to the upside? So I'm using this events feed at the bottom to see which stocks are moving up. Netflix is sort of like one of the big movers today. AbbVie. Oh, okay. AbbVie is a pharmaceutical company. CZR. I don't know. What is CZR? Colgate. CL is Colgate Palmolive. Easily confused with WTI crude futures, CL and /CL, and people used to do the wrong hashtag sometimes in the oil world. We used to joke about it. People would throw out this oil due diligence, you know, chart or whatever, and then hashtag Colgate. That's Caesar's Casino. Is that what that is? Oh, okay, cool. Birds aren't real. Nope. I agree with you. Birds aren't real. Birds are little robots with spy goggles on that record everything you do. I send it back to the Rothschilds so they can decide your fate. You get invited to the hidden secret bunker of elites, or are you doomed to perish with everyone else? The fiery flames of nuclear war. Birds are watching. Yeah, I could probably just say to this one. I would say I'll probably keep it to about 640, like lower lows on this, I'll be out. Barely putting any risk on the table here. It's not getting a good strong long signal, that's the problem. No, it looks pretty gnarly. Yeah. Bye-bye. I'm just gonna call that one. MHP break downside move can be very swift. Yeah, I wanted to see higher for lower, but yeah, we're not getting the support there. Easy, just leave that one alone. Let her die out. I ideally would have been so fantastic to get a highs. So no trading on this, by the way. From here. That's usually a good spot. Like the upside potential is huge at that lower band. That's why I always take a stab at it when I have the confluence every time. And keep the loss very small. I mean, it's very, very, very small, less than 1%, not even a big deal. And then just that's why I was trading it little. Just in case it's holding, but this is the S&P bear zone resistance, and resilience never got greater than 0, which I was just the whole time like, got my finger on the button. I'm just gonna pull the plug. You need to see, there's a couple of hints that we got that resilience was good enough to get a gap fill, but you know, the greater fundamental, like I was saying all morning, it's just bearish. I don't have a bull bone in my body today. Just I was like, let me long it then short it. Just trying to get something. So I made 2 trades. One of them was a win, one of them was a loss, and they're just kind of leaving it at that. This can get really, really, really bad from here. Downside play 6601 is like a lower resistance from here. We got a couple more 100 points to fall, so I wouldn't be nailing this with anything big. Hit a good little short. I usually don't chase shorts down in here. I usually just sit out and let it fall. But like I said, anything can happen in this news like driven environment. I always like to short from higher highs. It's always my game. Crude oil continuing to go higher. We're breaking 95.5 and pushing. It's just that wartime mechanic. We can actually fall all the way down to 24,300 today. I would be very, very concerned. Yeah, so I've closed out all longs potential. From the 6703 resistance, it could fall another 100 points. I can easily feel it. Yesterday, I was shorting in the close and I wanted to be short for a bigger fall today. So I think usually in bear markets, you'll see a lot of the times I'll try to execute along, and when I'm proven wrong, I'll just sit out and let it fall, which is good. Good risk management's like the way to kind of grow the account. Who says, takes so much courage to do what I do? Appreciate you, man. For blessing my friend, bless your heart. Oh, appreciate that. I will tell you, streaming in front of an audience of thousands of people is not good for your mental health. That's for damn sure. There's a lot that just wears you down every time doing this. It really, and even me, like anybody who's like as solid as I am upstairs, I'm still not immune to it. Like the heat, the weight, the fact that it's like a legion of morons that got your name in their mouth all day long. Not you guys. You're constantly bothered by unsuccessful, horrible, rotten people who are just selfishly looking to make a buck in a world that they're not good at. And everyone's so toxic to each other. It's a very hard thing for your soul to sit here and put a camera on yourself. As an engineer, I worked amongst a community of peers, like-minded, equally smart, if not many times smarter, professional-minded people. And on FinTwit, the people that comment my Apex posts are fucking losers. Like, that suck at this. They're not like-minded. They don't have degrees in anything advanced. They're not smart at anything. They're just desperate losers trying to make a buck. So I'm in like the company of morons, and it just wears me down because I feel like I stand out. And so it, like, if I was in a place where it was like a million quantitative nerds like myself and I was the dumbest person in the room, I would be like, my soul would be so fulfilled. But the pressure from being a streamer is to appease the dumbest, most selfish, most rotten people in the room, which is basically what FinTwit is. It's not a community of peers. You guys are the community of peers. That's for sure. Yeah, it's definitely not great for your mental health to be streaming all day. As long as I've been doing it, I've been streaming for 10 years. And last year I started streaming all day. So it's like, over time it does wear you down. I know when Lance quit trading because his eyes were hurting, I could feel it. I feel like my eyesight's getting slightly worse the more I stare at this crap. I would kill for FinTwit to be full of like, maybe they're out there and I just don't know who they are. Like Discord owners who are like, just like nerdy guys with glasses like me, you know? A community of peers, like-minded, like success-driven, intellect-driven, discovery-driven scientists for the stock market. And it was healthy, and everybody shared their findings, and everybody was out there trying to win. But it is literally a community of losers producing content to desperately make a buck or two because they hate their day job, which is probably fucking smashing burgers over at Five Guys or whatever they did before this. Like, it's not impressive people out there leading the pack. It's fucking apes, dude. People beating their chests and drooling from the bottom of their mouth. I love Five Guys, I'm not gonna lie. You know, Shaq owns like 50 of those things. He's like I think it's Five Guys, like Five Guys' biggest franchisor. For a new trader, is streaming a good money maker on the side to help with full-time trading? Yeah, I mean, Ash Reynolds, like, you know, streaming is not really... Right, I mean, as a money maker, streaming itself is not a money maker. Here's the thing with streaming. You're not going to make money as a streamer until you get big. So streaming is kind of like this, right? And this is how a lot of these small-time folks do it. All you need is, you know, 50 people watching you. And 50 people using your affiliate code and prompts, and you can make 5-10 grand a month maybe with 50 people watching you, right? And you can support yourself through affiliate partnerships. Nobody I know, streaming itself doesn't pay a lot of money. You probably make $5 for every 1,000 viewers you have, and we get like, you know, 1 million views a month, so do the math there. It's not a lot. So let's say you have 20,000 people watching you. You might make, you know, $5 every 1,000. So you might make $100 a stream from ad revenue. Streaming itself is not a money maker unless you have millions of views per video, then streaming will produce money, like affiliate partnerships. But the other thing comes with that though, is that everybody out there is trying to do it and it's hyper competitive. So you're trying to make a living while trading and you're picking up a stream, you're going to struggle for at least a year or two before you even feel like you're making money that's worth your time. You have to kind of assume you're going in at a loss. And then you're competing for views against people that are good at streaming and popular at streaming and talented at trading. Unless you have something unique to offer and a unique network to leverage off of to grow your brand, it's almost impossible to make it as a day trading streamer. You can just be like some of the other, like, I guess, small time people out there, just like go suck the dick of the prop industry and then get one good relationship, and then one good prop firm out there will start promoting you, and then you'll get your first boost. Like if you get a prop firm to mention you in their Discord, automatically you're gonna need a viewer base. So just, you know, lube up your lips with some Vaseline, start sucking the prop industry schlob, and you can get viewers. You can cheat that way. A lot of people cheated since COVID. A lot of people that aren't good traders somehow have an audience. You can go to YouTube, you'll see like people streaming right now with 100 people watching them, 50 people watching them, and it's all prop code, prop code, prop code. Everyone's trying to get that one break, and the easiest way to get a break is to rub it up, start kissing some ass. And I'm notorious to be the one person that doesn't kiss the ass of the prop industry. Don't bend over for it. As a person with the Apex code, asking Twitter if Apex was a scam, you know, asking people here, hey guys, remember that? You guys remember that stream I had like at Christmas time when they were like, hey, we're flying out to take you to dinner, and y'all like, Matt, don't get involved, don't take the bait. I was like, yeah, but they seem to be changing. I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt. Y'all are like, don't do it. And I was like, send me all your emails of your horror stories, and have an inbox of like 20 something from this community alone, 4-story payout denials, whatever, on my stream in public. You know, everyone out there would be scared to do that because they don't want to lose their little affiliate check they get. But I don't care. Like, you know, I don't bend over for a paycheck. So, you know, for me, it's like, you want to stream, somebody asks if they could stream as a side income. It depends on how desperate you are for that income. You want to have integrity and be one of the few people with integrity. Grow your brand organically by being a good trader and being transparent about what you do. And you'll grow your brand little by little. People like me will boost you. Hey, this is a good trader. This person's neat. Check them out, guys. You know, you want those networks to grow you. But if you just want to cheat your way in, just start trading props. Show only your payouts. Don't show your pay-ins. Suck some prop knob and get somebody to mention you in their Discord, and then you'll boost yourself into $5,000 a month overnight. And that's the real secret, how everybody did it since COVID. The only people big on Discord on YouTube right now are prop people. I mean, this strategic, why we got into the prop space, it's strategic for engagement. You have to. As much as I wish it was a world where I didn't have to, it's a world we have to stay relevant. Suck the prop knob. You do. You have to go out there. They literally, like, look, let me tell you what happens when you're as big as a community like us. They fly out, these prop firms fly out to where you are, take you to dinner. It's lobbying. It's no different than politicians. They're lobbying the influencers. They're trying to schmooze you up. And these kids never had a luxurious thing in their life before. So all it takes is a $200 steak, and they're foaming at the mouth, ready to insert the rod. Literally, they feel so big in their life. Oh my God, they came and took me out to dinner. I'll say whatever you want. Dude, it's the cheapest lobbying you'll ever do. And then you get support from the community. All the prop firms kind of do it. And these influencers are so easily swayed. They feel so big and important. They'll say whatever you want. And they really are trying to buy your influence in marketing, which is I'm not even knocking it. I mean, that's clever marketing. If I was a prop firm, I'd do the same thing. I'd take a bunch of influencers out to a strip club and let them rent Ferraris for the weekend and go race them and make them feel like they're somebody's, and then they'll go back and say whatever I want them to say. I get it. I understand how influencer marketing works, but I'm telling you in general, you really, from your point of view, unless you have an audience, nobody's gonna listen. Nobody's gonna like hand you money. But if you have an audience, then it just compounds from there. I'm almost embarrassed to tell you how much the prop space makes us a month. But let me tell you how much it makes. It's enough for me to hire 6 people from that income. 6 full-time salaries, with a lot left over. So just do the math of that. 6 adult salaries. It's ridiculous. And that's why everybody's trying to get into streaming, because the failure rate of prop trading is so high. Everyone out there is banking off of the prop industry. So the answer is, should you be a streamer? You have to decide, do you want a quick buck or do you want to build a healthy brand? You can go either way. But $6 American salaries with a lot left over. Your average influencer, like the people, you know, your average person out there is probably still making, I would say, something small like 10, 20 grand a month. Your average influencer, it's, you know, stream with like 50 people, 100 people, probably making 5, 10 grand a month. 50, probably 5 grand every 50 people. Just from prop sales. Went along this, I don't know. I've been thinking about it, but I just kind of don't want to. That makes about 7 figures a month from props. Probably a little less. The industry's not paying out as much as it did during the golden era. Everybody's paychecks is going down a little bit, but I think he probably still makes at least $1 million a month. In his prime, I think he probably made about $1.5 million, maybe $2 million. I'm just extrapolating from my numbers. So I'd assume that he's probably still barely making $1 million a month from the prop space. And that's kind of the high end. Little green candle action there. Your average influencer is probably pulling in 20K max, probably 5 to 10 on average. And that's the thousands of people that litter your feed with use my code, making a couple $100 a day sort of thing. It's, yeah, like I said, I don't want to be too engaged in this one. It's too... Let me double check. That's a volume candle, so this got to be something that came out. 9:45's got to be some kind of announcement news. Trump administration is set to suspend the Jones Act to tame oil prices. That was basically just a quick dump in oil, just a reversal play. Oil down, S&P up. I wouldn't be jumping in on this as a bullish momentum play for the market. Yeah. The Merchant Marine Act of 1920 is a federal statute requiring, I don't know what this is, that's why I'm reading it, requiring that all goods transported by water between U.S. ports be carried on ships that are U.S. flagged and U.S. built and owned by U.S. citizens. Primary purpose is to protect U.S. maritime industry, support domestic shipbuilding, maintain a merchant marine for national security. So he is suspending that act, which is going to be to the opposite of that. Looks like the purpose was enacted to ensure a strong, reliable U.S. merchant fleet, which is critical for transporting military personnel and supplies during conflicts. So wait, suspending, I can't wrap my head around this. Suspends the Jones Act to tame oil prices. How is that related to oil prices? Somebody do the logic there, I'm not following. So the Jones Act is restricting that fluidity of transport. So I guess everything must be all US based, which I guess would drive prices up. So that we can have other people move oil besides us at cheaper prices. So that the transport and carry costs and all that is less. I guess that would be it. Yeah, somebody said allows foreign ships to move oil. Yeah, that's what I was sort of trying to aim at there. So essentially we can get cheaper, like the auxiliary costs of moving oil, transporting oil. We can hire some third world tanker at a cheaper price to bring it in, which will lower the overall carry cost of oil. Carry cost of a commodity is the cost of moving and storing the commodity and transferring it. So like oil has a value, but if you were to receive oil, it's not like you just have barrels sitting in your backyard. If you were to receive oil as any kind of like, producer, you have all kind of things that come with it. You're paying for the shipping, the transportation, and the storage is another big heavy cost. If you have to maintain like a supply that you're constantly draining from, that you're constantly replenishing, but it's like a 5-day buffer of supply in case one of those things get interrupted, you've got supply sitting there, right? The cost of that storage, you might be renting tank farm space, goes up or down as well. And all those other fees called carry costs. And then carry cost filters into the value of the actual trading, the contract value. Usually prices in that carry costs ahead of time in the futures, because it assumes that oil is going to price in the future all the costs it takes to get to the producer. Says if oil prices go up, America makes more money. Subcontracting the labor of moving it, Assault said, yeah, that sounds about right. Will that... But I still don't get it. Like, I understand that but I don't get it for now. Like, I understand that this is a long-term relationship we'd have with like shipping companies. Since we import most of our oil, somebody said this would obviously put some, I'm trying to think like why it matters now. Is it because we import oil and Iran is going to blow up tanker vessels that we're just like, let's just hire some random country's oil tanker and put them at risk instead of American lives? I'm trying to think further than just taming oil prices. We'll help move oil faster and put some random countries, people in the line of fire so that Iran is blowing them up instead of us. That seems to be probably the motivation for doing it now. It also can stabilize the supply. The price is being determined. If you're very smart, what is your background? My background is in chemical engineering. That was my background. And I worked in the oil and gas industry for a little bit. Iran said they want to attack ships from certain countries. There you go. Let's piece it together, right? We ship from those countries. We remove the act and then import the oil from countries that Iran are friends with. And Trump threatens them, you're helping us or we're going to go to war with you too. And they got to make a choice. I'm trying to think politician here. Oh, that would make a lot of sense. Half the LNG carriers trapped in the Gulf, broker's sake, cited by Wall Street Journal. Why LNG carriers trapped in the Gulf to import LNG? Why would we be having a blockade in the Gulf? I hate when they say the Gulf. Are they talking about the Gulf of America or the Persian Gulf? That's the next question. Quit saying Gulf. The Gulf of what? Usually when they say the Gulf, they usually mean our Gulf. Gulf of America. No one is blowing anyone up. It's just cheaper to get insurance, carry costs, and Iran is not blowing up ships from certain countries. Yeah, like I'm trying to piece together why it's important now. Like it's not something that's going to stabilize oil in a moment's notice. That's an infrastructure change. That thing moves slower than the Titanic turns. It's not like we've got, okay guys, we're repealing this act and all of a sudden we've got shippers ready to go at a cheaper price tomorrow. You know, that's usually takes a little bit. There's got to be like an immediate reason for them to just launch that effort right in the middle of all of this. Everything about it just smells like it's prep for war. It literally just smells like prep for war. I can't explain it. My brain is just saying there's some kind of war connection to this. We got to be able to still get oil to our country. If we're at full-fledged war with Iran, they're going to blow up every single oil vessel that's in that vicinity ever forever. You know what I'm saying? Like it tells me from a trading perspective, I got to take a polar, is this up or down for the market? I'm trying to think, is this war going to escalate further or de-escalate? A move like that tells me we're protecting American infrastructure by allowing more efficient transportation in. If in case A, B, C, D, E area becomes a war zone, we're not going to be able to get in and out with the oil because we're importing most of our oil, right? Or no, actually, I don't know what it is anymore. Hold on. Let me see. How much oil US import? Only 8 million barrels a day. So actually we don't import as much as we used to. Per year. Let me see if I can't. It's not that much oil. Let me see if ChatGPT can pull me up something. Wait, hold on. Make me a chart of US oil imports per year since 1970. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. 8.5 is still relatively large, but it's still not as much as the peak. ChatGPT's visual trend ASCII chart, it like decides to go into a I like this. Okay, cool. Why did it stop at 05 at 13 and then show the rest of it? So about 8.5 is of 2023. Okay. It's still significant, but that's not, I think the daily oil production is probably what, 200 million? What is the, I'm so detached from trading oil, I forgot all these numbers. Production, or daily oil consumption of in 2025 of the world. I'd say in my day it was closer to 70 to 80 million. 104 million barrels a day consumption. Okay. What percent of that is US based? So 100 million barrels a day, 104 as of last year. US is about 20% of that, 20 million barrels, and we import 8. So roughly a third of our, a little bit less than, a little bit more than a third of our supply is imported. So that's significant for us. So it seems to be, is it BS Headline? Yeah, probably. The Great American Sea, the gas. I like it. America has access to Guyanese and Venezuelan oil. Chris Wright just met with the president of Guyana 2 days ago. There you go. So I think a lot of it has to do with just preparing to have almost no reliance on the Middle East. I don't even think we import a lot from the Middle East anyways. Somehow my brain is telling me it's not that. If I remember, it's not that much. How much does the U.S. import from the Middle East? Of the 8 million barrels, about 1.5 to 2 million barrels a day, so a quarter of that. So about 8% of the total consumption of us is imported from the Middle East. So 8%, 1.8 out of 20 is 8%. So 8% of our consumption comes from the Middle East. It's not a lot. So I'm like, I mean, I feel like we're mitigating a huge amount, but 1.5 to 2 million barrels a day is like the capacity of like 5 or 6 refineries probably. Curious about. It's about stifling the Middle East. Yeah. There's got to be, obviously the fact that it's dropping in now has something to do with, has everything to do with wartime measures. Question just becomes, are we just trying to protect our own? Let's pop up the, let's play some jams, you guys. It's time. Probably. I think like over time, I think this is a move like this would be for, I think in general, Trump's main play here. I'm trying to like explore motives. I think his main play is just to stifle the Middle East in general with something like that. And protect American ships, get cheaper labor to ship it. Try to choke them by shifting all of our... The thing is that you can't just like choose a different oil overnight and be like, we're going to use this oil instead. Infrastructure is designed to process a certain like range of parameters for oil, and all oil around the world is just so different. And so a refinery can only accept oil that meets certain specifications. Like if it has too much salt, too much water, too much sand, too much vanadium and nickel, whatever in this oil, the refinery can't even process it even if we want to buy it. They'd have to install like pre-treaters to clean it up so that it can feed into it. Same thing as your car. Like you can't put the wrong grade of gasoline in your car. They'll knock your engine, right? So that like an engine is rated for a certain type of combustion ratio. Like you have a certain amount that it can process to meet spec at the end of the line. So if you have something too dirty on the inlet, you can't do it. So it's not just like you can flip a switch and say we're taking somebody else's oil tomorrow. Companies themselves will have to retrofit this new equipment, and it usually takes a while to do that. So usually like quick changes, like I used to hear this all the time in the oil market. It's not easy for a refinery just to get oil from a different supplier. Usually like a refinery or a plant will have like 3 or 4 different suppliers, and they'll get them from multiple places just to hedge that they are always turned on. And so they all like basically there's like this convoluted network they have of suppliers. Watch Landman? Oh yeah, people have been telling me to watch that. Isn't the control of oil in the Middle East? Somebody said more about the petrodollar. Probably so, I would say. I'm so far removed from the industry that I kind of don't have a lot of insight as to like oil as I used to. I used to have a lot of info about oil. Somebody said, yeah, as liquidity said, Iran's president said the Strait of Hormuz will stay closed to pressure enemies. So I think that Trump is just allowing oil to come in from elsewhere. I think that, but also it's like we're not even really grabbing much from Iran. You know what I mean? Maybe other people that have to pass through the strait. If it's only 8% of our consumption, it doesn't seem to be like there's that big of a deal. That's why I'm trying to explore the numbers, because it doesn't seem like that. If it's only 8%, I don't know if that's what it is. In all honesty, like I feel like it's a wartime measure to do something else beyond that. Like that's why I speculated maybe it's just so that we're not putting American lives at risk, because we're gonna say, yeah, we're gonna risk it anyways, and if the war escalates, they have alternates lined up just in case that area becomes a military target. Meaning that, are we prepping for like China or something else, like somebody bigger to enter the picture? That's what's making me worried about stuff like this. You wouldn't, if this was a small campaign, you wouldn't be making such a drastic measure. I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking too much. Like, it almost seems like you're using something like this to line up your allies. Like who's with us and who's not. Let's make deals with other countries. Like, people, like, it's like forcing people to pick sides, kind of feel like. China relies on oil from Iran. Oh, I didn't know that. Choke out China and slow them down? Yeah, probably. The take profit code, are there any perks besides the discount? No, but if you use our code to buy take profit accounts this month for March only, and you spend $1,000 to take profit only, we are having a deal where we're doing a giveaway up to 5 lifetime memberships if you use take profit or my fund and futures code. So we're doing rocket scooter giveaways to support our 2 strongest partners, the 2 highest ranked partners on the prop scoring website. If you're using any kind of prop firm and you're like, what is the 2 best ones that you have? Those are considered our 2 best ones. And we're doing a special giveaway for people that use those codes for those places. So that last day of March, be here for that. Yeah, like maybe somebody's thinking outside the box. Maybe if you know, if we were full on war with Iran and we're like, you know, we're gonna ship oil from some of that area and they become military targets from Iran and its allies, start attacking it, and we start making deals with other countries that Iran is friends with to ship the oil, and Iran doesn't bomb them, or if they bomb them, they'll hurt their own allies. So, like, I always try to think like many steps ahead. Like, is there a power play I'm missing? That sounds plausible. I'm not sure if that's the reason, but I think that might be maybe part of the motivation. Imagine being Iran, and then the US has now formed an alliance with one of your allies to ship oil, and they chose them over you. What are you gonna do? Create more enemies in the space? So it seems to be like securing infrastructure and forcing people to pick sides in the war. That's not that far of a stretch. China buys 80% of Iran's oil? Really? 84% of oil that goes through the Strait of Hormuz goes to China, or goes to Asia in general. Legit fake news? Yeah, I don't think it. I think in general it's not going to have any effect on the market. I was just trying to speculate on its greater meaning, so I can determine the severity of this conflict. Right? I mean, as a trader, you're always wanting to think like, what goes beyond this? Like, what goes beyond the headlines? Like, let's think outside the box a little bit. Is this conflict escalating? That's really the topic I'm exploring right now, right? Is this conflict escalating further? Are these steps that prove that it's going to be bigger than we think? Like, let's try to see something for other people see it. That's why I'm exploring that. Does a move like this suggest this conflict is ahead of schedule? You know what I mean? Doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it's just a general course of business. It sounds like we're preparing for some prolonged thing. That's how I feel. And then does this have to do with China? You know, is this going to change things? You know, maybe not China. Not escalating, but will be prolonged. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like when I hear we're escorting tankers through the strait. This is something we were doing, and American lives are at risk. You know, while we're doing that, it tells you, okay, you know, it seems to be more hostile than the news leads it to believe. China and Russia are supplying Iran with missiles. Dang. I hate to sound like I feel spoiled, but I think living in the United States, as much as everybody here is, like, when you look at the news and you see how like most Americans are sort of like just, I don't know, dumb, lazy, stupid. I love my country, but I am very spoiled and fortunate that the entirety of my life, Mexico and Canada and us have not been firing missiles at each other. My heart goes out to people that live in regions of the world where your entire life, you never know what building next to you is going to blow up because your neighbors hate you. I feel like in that regard, we're extremely fortunate over here. You know what I'm saying? Like Mexico not firing missiles at us every minute. Like, I think that's kind of like, in bare minimum, that's pretty fortunate. It's a really sad thing to say about the world we live in. That when your neighbor's not trying to blow you up, you feel like blessed. My heart goes out to the rest of the world. You know what I mean? It's kind of nice to tonight. I don't ever put it in perspective until I start watching videos from around the world. But man, imagine being like a mom trying to raise her children, and you know they're 6 years old, and over here, what our 6-year-old kids are like, you know, little fatties playing, you know, Minecraft on their iPads without a care in the world, and over there, 6-year-olds are being taught how to fire a rifle just in case, you know, like, because they got to watch their neighbors get blown up. It's like, man, I like to say we're fairly fortunate over here in the West. I had to throw that out there for you. Slightly philosophical, Matt. I never really thought about how cozy our life has been over here. Only imagine, like, living, like, being conditioned from an early age to live under those conditions. It's so hard for that to just end. I mean, that's all some people know because you learn that at such a young age. You never learn how to be comfortable. You're almost radicalized from the start because you're always on the defense. And then the people that you're fighting against, they're radicalized because they're on the defense, and nobody knows who's at fault or who's to blame. It never ends. It's a very tough situation. And when you get religions involved, it makes it even tougher because people are willing to die for their gods, you know? So then logic gets thrown out the window. Okay, we're getting too philosophical here, but man, I just like to say, I do kind of feel that it's fortunate that, you know, in our world, we should not take it for granted. But I feel like I live in a country where most people take it for granted. They forget how spoiled we are. I always feel bad when I hear about war. I think it's such a horrible thing to be exposed to, especially with like kids. You know, being a dad myself, I think of my kiddo and I'm like, you know, he has such a safe upbringing and he's never going to be exposed to any of that stuff. Gold's dumping. Yeah, I'm watching it right now. I'm completely dropping off the phone. About 5,100 right now. Oil's continue to slowly trek up. It's 96.5 now. It's about 95.5 about an hour ago. This ends with Russia and China growing broke in that order. I can see that. Like, I mean, Trump's only a year in. You gotta think of it like this, right? As much has happened, we got 3 more years, right? It's kind of like, I think a lot of people, you know, if this is at year 4 of presidency, people are like, hey, you know what? It'll slow down after this. Who knows? Dude, he's making big leaps. We got 3 more years. 3 more years, man, of who knows what's that. Tariffs were big. War with Iran is big. Taking out narco leaders. Taking out presidents. Foreign countries that are like Hitler level, you know, fascist sort of people. Dude, he's like, he's trying to go out with the splash, like a big one. You know what I mean? These 4 years, he's doing a lot very quick. It already feels like it's been 5 years, somebody said. Yeah, it does, right? It feels like, man, it's been such a crazy ride, and we're like, oh shit, this is month 14. Okay, all right. Yeah, we got 48 months. You miss Bush? Old lovable doofus, like younger Bush. I don't want to say I miss Biden because I don't miss Biden, but I miss Biden's market so much. That was my best years was Biden's stock market. Have I seen Luce's new platform? I haven't looked at it yet, but I've been meaning to take a look at it. Biden was a good president. I don't even know if he was actively leading the country. I don't remember much happening. I feel like he was just kind of standing in for the party, you know? I feel like other people just called the shots and he was the figurehead. I don't remember much actually happening during those 4 years. After COVID, everything we dealt with was like internal economic. We didn't really have a lot of... Biden was controlled by AI. He was a robot. I'm sure if you looked at his feet, there were like cables coming out of his pant leg that led to the back of the stage of some guy with like an RC controller. But as I like to say benign. I don't like to say good or bad. I say benign. Like Trump is malignant, right? They give it like cancer. Benign is not really, it's just there. It's just not causing further problems. I never remember a Biden POTUS tweet kicking the market around. But first time he traded Trump, it was the same thing. It was just less, like he was more taco than ever back in the day, but now he's more like, okay, I'm not getting reelected, so I might as well go out with the bang. The first time Trump played more politics. This time around, he's more, I don't give a fuck anymore. I guess your second term, you can be more reckless because you don't have re-election to think about. You know what I mean? So you can be a little more aggressive and just do what you want to do. The first trade war with China was the same sort of market, up, down, crazy. But it didn't have the, I would say the same volatility. This time was the tariffs this time around was a lot worse than it was in the 2016, 2020 era. It wasn't cables, it was his calendar. But yeah, I miss Biden's market so much, man. As much as the world, basically like the world turned to shit after COVID. I mean, it invented so many different stupid things we don't have to live with. At least the stock market was clean and easy to trade. We had that one baby recession in 2022 that was spectacularly easy to trade. Yeah. That was the most mild sell-off I've ever experienced in my history of being a trader. He's definitely, his motives now are, I'm going to change this world my last term. And he's doing a lot quick, which only leads me to believe that, you know, who knows what else is coming next, but the next 3 years could be just the craziest trading. MHP break markets are irrational. I don't usually take trades on MHP breaks and DD band breaks unless it's a strong pivot only. The only strong pivots I take are bear zone tops when I do have support, and that's it. And so down inside of here, in reality, most of what I do is I sit out. When we lose DD band, only 8% of days close below, and 92% of days will hold. At 8% below, I usually just kind of avoid the market. Like, I took the trade, it didn't work out. I'm taking it easy. So I could jump. You say, why not jump in on the short? Because the market is so volatile. I mean, you literally had the market go from what, 570 to like 750 in this a couple minutes. Chasing a short is kind of stupid. So what I do is I wait for opportunities. I probably could have shorted that. But I'm just, in this kind of market, you'll usually see me doing this a lot. If it looks like it's coming down, I just let it fall. And that's usually pretty smart because I only like to short from highs if I get a good play. And with tomorrow, we've got GDP and PCE. So we're going to get, you know, a big move tomorrow. And today, a lot of today's pricing in tomorrow as well. The 2030 agenda. No, I'm not really sure about that, No Luck. What's going on with that? Which My Infinite Futures account is the best in your opinion? Let me consult the sheet, actually. Forget my opinion. Let's consult the math. The current highest ranked My Funded Futures accounts. They're all ranked really high. The Rapids are the ones that are ranked the highest. And then the Pros are ranked almost just as high. So they're both really good. It just depends on how much you're willing to pay and the payout schedule you're going for. I would say probably the Rapid. I don't know, you guys, who is your Rapid's also intraday? Right, so it just depends on what style you want. My favorite personally is the Pro. Even with the intraday, yeah, so on the let me do it really quick, hold on. Let me double check here. The thing that makes their score so good, and I have to keep reiterating this, it's DLL and consistency on funded and eval that will nuke a score pretty quick. My Funded Futures sustains a very high score even with trailing drawdown because the factors of DLL and consistency, just trust me on this, they increase the difficulty exponentially. I would say the reason that other end of the day drawdowns like Apex come out so horrible, and while Tradeify comes out kind of ranked low as well, is because DLL and consistency on funded compared to your neighbors, it just makes them harder. with Buy Funded Futures Pro, it's just like a real account. You don't have any rules on it for the most part. So with the intraday, that does make it slightly harder on the difficulty side. But the balancing act is, let's think by example, like if you have so the drawdown type adds the difficulty. Trailing is the hardest. End of the day is the least hard. Static is the easiest, right? And then DLL and DLL amount and consistency amount that limits your scaling potential while, you know, making it easier for you to fail. That's really where your difficulty score comes from. So example is something has 20% consistency and a big profit target, an intraday trailing drawdown. You're never gonna win. You have a trailing drawdown that you can only make little bits at a time. You're gonna fail that account. So like that's like the worst account is gonna have intraday trailing drawdown with a really low consistency and a really low DLL. So any account that doesn't have DLL or consistency ranks really high, just by default, because it's it makes it like so much easier to pass. Even with trailing drawdown, I find it sustains a really good score. And it's only trailing drawdown on the funded side as well. You do get credit for the amount of time you're going to spend on the eval side. It's 2 eval days and 1 eval. And another thing that also makes it less of a score, it's the amount of days that you have to spend in trailing drawdown. So My Funded Futures Rapid is 2 days eval and 1 day funded, right? The difference in that, let me show my difference would be like, I don't know. Like, let's just talk about Apex as we're bringing up the other side of the coin. The total amount of trading days of Apex, I'm looking at it really quick. Oh, where the heck did I put those days at? Hold on. I just had it. Apex is 1 day on the eval, 5 days on the funded. So the major difference, like 1 day on eval, 5 days on funded. The reason, like, okay, let's show like the way the score works, right? And people are like so confused by this on Twitter because when I reveal the site, it'll make a lot of sense. My Funded Futures, okay? And then like Apex, right? For trailing side. My Funded Futures is trailing just for 1 day on the funded. It's end of the day here for 2 days. It's only 1 day of trailing, right? So the idea is that compared to Apex, which is like 5 days of trailing, that's immediately harder. You have 5 days of dealing with. You have to trade for 5 days, you know, and you could, whenever you get in the buffer, you don't have that anymore. But still, the scoring is based on, it's not assuming that you get a buffer, right? Every single day that you have to trade under that circumstance will lower your score. So with My Funded Futures just trailing for 1 day on the rapid and end of the day on 2, they get a lot of credit for being end of the day for 2 of those days. Trailing drawdown just on 1 is like the only thing that hurts the rapid score. But the fact that it's quick, yeah, with Apex you have to trade for, right, so it's like 1 day plus you flip the other days, right? I think it's how it used to be. I don't know what it is now. Hold on, let me look really quick. Eval days. Is it still 3 days to pass and you flip the other 2, right? We only count the trading days, not the flip days. They don't, the flip days don't count towards the score. If somebody makes you wait 3 or 4 calendar days to get to the next level, it doesn't. The song is annoying as fuck. Oh hell yeah, dude. That's one of the Price is Random Hallelujah song. So anyways, that's the reason that My Funded's trailing score is really high. And let me show you one more thing really quick. When you go to like, let's see, on the DLL type. The new Apex intraday is DLL and consistency on funded. And not on eval. So on the funded side, you have 1 day of trailing for My Funded, no DLL, no consistency, And Apex is 5 days of trailing unfunded, DLL, inconsistency. And people are like, you just are biased because you don't like Apex. I'm like, you guys are such fucking idiots, dude. People selling this shit don't even read the rules. 1 day trailing, no DLL, no consistency, is going to be ranked as one of the highest ranking accounts out there. The only thing that's hard about this is the 1 day of trailing. What's hard about this? 5 days of trailing and DLL and consistency. Of course Apex is going to be ranked at the fucking bottom. There's no way around it. But yeah, you see how the scoring model considers every single portion of that. Every day that you have to stay in that situation, it adds to the overall score. But the thing is that they're all compared to each other, right? So it's who's better against their neighbors. Like the raw native score doesn't mean anything. It's ranked against the neighbors, so it's side by side. If somebody's ranked as a 9 and you're ranked as a 5, they're exponentially better than you. And all those conditions apply. So that's why I'm like so happy to bring out the website, is because even with trailing, right? On the surface, you haven't really thought of that. But when you're like, oh, well, the trailing is only for one day, because there's no, I can hit the target in a single day. So with that being said, even with trailing drawdown, My Funded Futures Rapid is the highest ranked account so far of all the 10 or 15 we've already put in. Now, we haven't compared everybody yet. But isn't that crazy, right? But it's because it's easy and quick. The quicker path to payout, the better to score. The fewer days in the different types of drawdowns, the better. Like if it's all static, then it's the highest score. If it's all trailing, then it's a lower score. But if it's only trailing for 1 day, then the score isn't lowered by that much. But if it's trailing for 5 separate days, your score is just going to plunge. So. You fell for the cheap price? Well, that's the whole thing, right? And that's really what you have to think of. We also compare the price that the accounts cost even with the discount. So it's like, it's a return on investment against the difficulty. Let me just give you some basic math on like how this would work. Say that if something costs $10 to play and something costs $100 to play. And the return on your investment each time, or this one was, the return on investment from $100, or say if it was 2x both times. This one you can make 20, this one you can make 200. The ROI is the same, 2x, okay? So if this one is, so the ROI is the same, but over here, the ROI comes with less of a cost. So that would rank a little bit better. So ROI per cost gives it a better score. The other thing is ROI per cost per difficulty. This one is a better score on ROI per cost, but if this one was 2 times as hard as this one, then what's the balancing act? This one costs a little bit more, but it's half as hard. Where's the balancing act, right? And so how do we balance it out? Is we base it on the failure rate. The failure rate model backed in. It's the likelihood of you passing to get this return for the money that you spend against the difficulty of the accounts, which factors into your failure rate. The higher the difficulty, the harder it is to pass, the less likelihood you'll get the account. Let's make up an example. Let's say this has a 4% chance of success and a 12% chance of success. Now you have an ROI with the probability and an ROI with the probability against the cost. That's how our scoring model works, and everything factors into it. The ROI for the probability of success against the cost you pay. And so, and the time and market and all that stuff factors into the difficulty score, which has to do with your success rate of the account. So the model is based on that. People are shocked when I explain it to you. Now, are you guys shocked? Somebody was like, oh, looks like Matt doesn't like Apex, so you're just like dogging them on purpose. No, we're not committing fraud with this. I clearly explained. Do y'all understand why Apex is ranked so low? Y'all understand that explanation made it pretty easy side by side, right? You personally would experience DLL inconsistency as being more difficult, right? Trailing drawdown for 5 days, you would experience as being more difficult. As a value investor, you always want the best bang for your buck. And unfortunately, you think it's good. If you think it's good, then you use it. I don't care. It doesn't matter how many accounts you take into consideration in the calc. There's no, if you allow people to increase their accounts, it doesn't increase the success rate of the trader unless they are cheating the system by doing a spread martingale brute force strategy. There's adding extra accounts is not going to add to your success. That's like the biggest, like I would say, thing to be careful with. It can increase your overall success rate and profitability. If I bought 20 accounts and I just longed each account as the market fell, I'm just like making up numbers. Market fell, I longed and longed and longed and longed and longed. I could probably break even faster. The overall effect is that it's treated like one big account, and therefore part of that big account has the ability to make money while the rest fails. It's hard to quantify the number of accounts as increasing or decreasing a success rate. That's all dependent on the trader strategy. It's a good conversation though. Yeah, so like whether you have 5 accounts or 20 accounts doesn't add or subtract natively to what you are going to pass or fail. You're going to pass or fail the same amount whether you're trading one account. We consider that you're trading them all individually. So whether you have 20 accounts or not, we're just looking at the success rate of one account. If you have others, then, and you use that as a strategy, like if you have 10 accounts and you long half and short half, then you're guaranteed almost to pass half of them. Well, you can't, there's no way you can take that into an account, into account, because any firm that allows you to buy more than 2, you can do the same thing. If I buy 2 accounts with my funded, I can long in one and short in the other, and long 10 and short 10 in Apex and have the same effect. So what we consider is that the effect that you can compound multiple accounts into a super strategy to be a wash, because you can do that everywhere. And then the question becomes, does 20 give you a better advantage than 5? And I think from personal experience, I don't think that having 20 maybe make more profit. As a matter of fact, personal experience, the prop firms I've made the most with are the ones that have the fewest amount of accounts I can buy. So anecdotally, I made more in funded next than I ever did with any other place like an Apex or something. So I think that like the idea is we just assume that it's one. When I say one account, not like you're trading one account, we assume that 20 accounts, 5 accounts, 10 accounts, most people are going to trade them like it's one account because they copy trade. So when I said earlier, we treat it like it's just one account. We don't distinguish the fact that you can use multiple accounts to spread your risk. You should do that with 20 accounts, and that's how you really make money with something like a 20 account firm, is to just spread out your trades and brute force it. I teach that strategy in the boot camp, how to mathematically beat Apex. Yeah. But anyways, I'm not dogging on them. It just happens to be, I'm excited to release the prop site. It's just so neat to see that the numbers really line up with, you know, with my expectations. Everyone's like, TPT is like the best firm out there. It just so happens to be ranked 2nd place. Yeah. It's not like it's low. Some you like, and what you like is based on what you like. There's no wrong answer there, because it doesn't, even at the higher or lower score, there's different other scores that matter. The overall score is all I'm talking about. There's other scores that matter, like price per drawdown. A cheap account with a high drawdown is going to be catered to certain traders. The overall score might be low, but the thing that you need for yourself might be perfect, right? Like nobody needs like tremendous amounts of vitamin C, but if you have scurvy, I think it's vitamin C deficiency, then you're going to eat a lot of oranges. That matters to you, but everyone else can't just pound oranges to save their health. Like it's like, for you, it depends on what you need in your own trading. So example would be like, if somebody's psychology is, man, I just need to pass as quick as possible because I fuck up so easily. The longer I'm in this, I eventually screw it up. So then you're going to look at the specific score that ranks like how quickly you can pass. If you're kind of like, you know, I don't like spending a lot of money, I'm on a budget, I'd rather take the cheapest option, even if it's very hard to pass, then you would look at that score, right? If you're like, man, I just don't care how much I spend, I just want to pass, I'm tired of losing, then you might want to go with the cheapest or the easiest difficulty. So each person is going to like different things for different reasons. So it probably just caters to something that you care about, which is okay. Platform website is up. It's up right now, but it's not launched for you guys yet. It's up for our admins and our peeps. Yeah. Yeah, and your trading style also factors into like how the accounts work for you. Salt and Sand is 100% right. It's gonna be very, very much based on each person, which is why part of our website allows you to put in your own stats and tailor it to your experience. It will actually change the scores relative to you. When I compare the score and I say ranked higher or lower, it's based on the default settings. And so the default settings assume a % win rate and assume a failure rate and all this stuff. Assume an R&R you're trying to trade. And it basically levels everybody on that playing field. But when you go type in your own stats, different accounts will rank, well, the scores will change based on what you program into it. So you might be like, I like to make 3-to-1 trades, I have a 20% win rate, and I usually fail 8 evals before I pass one. You type all that in and the scores will change for you. So it's designed to be adjusted. And as we get more detailed with the model, we plan to factor in like trading strategies and styles. Like I like to spread out my trades and I like to copy trade. How will the score be different with that? So as we get bigger and better with this, it's going to basically be like you can tell it what you do as a trader and it will re-rank what's the best option for just you personally. That DD bounce was clean as fuck. Super clean. All right, I'll be right. I'm taking a quick bathroom break and we'll do a giveaway as soon as I get back.
By the dip when res is positive. Sit tight and watch the crash and smoke a spliff. Time. Don't be mean to the monkey paw, and he will make sure Jah keeps you high. Love for the A and A plus. Set up, don't be a fool and shot above or below. DD band, kitty band. Keep your losses on the ground and your profits in the cloud. Harry, Mr. DJ Matt, play it, play. Bringing the knowledge to the common man. Pay attention, all youths, and you will rise. Let the prophets move your hips and feet, and be kind to your brothers and sisters. Rocket scooter got soul, and a jacket's in the clays. Training futures in the night, so cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressure rising, the charts are bold. DD glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their throne. Checking the charts with their AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, and tracking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary and awe, it's blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, relentless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Take a piss and take a trade. Don't wash my hands, gross. Let's take a piss and take some trades. Don't wash your hands, yeah, that's gross. Man takes a trade, then takes a shit. Doesn't wash his hands, yeah. Come on, mark it, don't take a shit too. Don't wash your hands if you do. Soap wants you to wash your hands, don't give in, yeah. Take a trade, then take a piss. Don't wash your hands if you do.
Man, look what I missed. The song. That's appropriate. I just went to the bathroom.
Hi, baby.
You're on stream. What are you doing?
I am.
We're stalking you.
I'm doing nothing that concerns you.
Don't lie to me. Are you at Home Goods?
I am.
I
Why
knew
do
it.
you see my location?
No, you just told us this morning you were going to Home Goods.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it's been like a couple of hours, so I'm concerned with how much we're spending. Do you have like?
Spending all that much.
Do you have?
It takes me a while to select the perfect kind of stuff for the kitchen.
Did you find vases?
No, actually, I did. I found a replacement vase that I don't like.
Everybody is saying hi, by the way.
Oh, hi everybody. I just saying I don't like. Haven't found anything that we actually. That's so hard to admit.
Did you find anything that we don't? Anything that we want? Anything good?
Well, a trash can with a lid, and
Wait.
maybe some stuff for my bathroom.
A trash can with a lid for oh yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, a trash can with a lid, like a vase, but then nothing big enough for our big old bathroom. And then I was looking for new bath mats kitchen mat, because our kitchen mat is so raggedy now, isn't it?
I don't know. Looks fine to me. I don't know. I don't pay attention though.
It's so funny because you're like, it looks fine to me. Won't spend anymore.
I don't care. I look at it and it looks fine because it's like rubbery kind of. I think you just hose it down. It should be fine.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave that for now.
Chat wants you to get. Chat says you need to put. You need to get up some vases for some people here. They want you to buy them some vases too.
Why vases? Why are you like? Wait, why are we hyper focused on vases? You can tell them how crazy I went. Vases.
Yeah, dude, you went crazy with the vases.
Like literally, call me Gladys, okay?
Yeah.
The house is starting to look like it.
Gladys.
Yeah. I think I gave you a different name like the other day. It wasn't Gladys. It was like
Barrel. I don't know, dude. Yeah, you
Wimberly.
activated grandma mode. That's funny. Okay.
Anything?
Nah, we're just bored because the market's going nowhere, so we're calling you just because we're bored.
Oh, is it destroying everybody?
Not us, but yeah, everyone else, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I should be heading soon. And you're
Alright, cool. Have fun.
we're gonna walk.
Oh man. Alright.
Yeah, I was trying to find you.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so guys, that was Iran's deputy. We're not laying mines home straight. Just again, you see how news-driven stuff is. All right, babe, have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Forgot to check up on how she's doing because she was like, I'm going to Home Goods to beat the crowd a couple hours ago, and she said she's still there. If I know her, she's got 2 things, and she's taken 2 hours to make a decision on 2 things. She's a perfectionist. Big one wants a new bed. Yeah. Viking glass vases, antique glass vases that are amazing looking handmade. Viking glass. What is that? I mean, she's got $200,000 worth of roses that she needs to put in some kind of display. Viking glass. Cool. Like vibrant colors and crazy sculptural shapes. Yeah, it's pretty sick. That's like a super manly looking base. It also, half of these things look like bongs too, I'm not gonna lie. Your Chinese wife shops like yours 2 hours minimum for anything. She likes the thrill of like being a perfectionist on any little thing. She'll look at something and just be like, she's sitting there Googling like what's the better value to the penny. She prop scores her way through life. Giveaway time, guys. We waited too long to do this. Giveaway time. Again, I'm not really putting a lot of risk on this, trying to take many... Too much risk on this today. Oh, let me tell my team. First giveaway that we always do every single day's mandatory ETF. Be sure to funding always because it's one account to give away every single day. They have one of the best statics, the highest ranked statics in the business, so it's a really good account to check out. On the difficulty score, statics are one of the easier to pass. Wait, can we do 2 p.m.? Hold on, wait. 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Reset, retry, another grand spent. Coupon codes flying like they pay the rent. Matt eats pickle chips, laughing all night. Prop firm sweating when the charts ignite. Prop account giveaway. Stack those evals, let's all play. Futures chaos, steel chips in sight. Rocket scooters anthem, we win tonight. Prop account giveaway. Stack those evals, let's all play. Futures chaos, steel chips in sight. Rocket scooters anthem, we win tonight.
Somebody said unlikely that oil goes to $200 a barrel. I saw that. Somebody's speculating $200 a barrel, way too much. 2 Gulf Wars in Afghanistan, Iraq, there were persistent wars with the US campaign, took oil to 150 over a 7-year period. I think the thought that we would hit $200 oil on this campaign in Iran is kind of like a far stretch. You would need the conflict to escalate involve more countries and take a year. 150 max. That's with prolonged conflict as it is. I would say if this thing is a month and done, 120, 130. How's inflation over those times factor in though? Good question. I don't know the difference in inflation rate. What is ChatGPT? Let's just use AI. I love AI these days. That's all my work for me. All right, what is $150 in 2008 in today's dollars USD? AI is so great. About 225 today. So even 150 today was, so 225 on 150 is 50% higher. So, so that's 66% of today's dollars. So if I say about 150 would be the equivalent of $100 in 2008 dollars, adjusted for inflation. So when I say about 150, this is the same as the $100 oil in 2008. So 200 would be insane and take a long period of time. That's my thought. Bitcoin is going to 1 million. Somebody said, what? I always have conversations with that. I'm not going to get started on that. Goldman came out with a report says for every 10% oil moves up, inflation rises 0.2. Really? That's interesting. That's good. That's good info. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, guys, type in ETF. Type it in. First giveaway.
Training sucks, he knows why. You gotta draw more fans to make price fly. You've only got 10 emojis helping the pub. Those are rookie numbers. Get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Get those numbers. Those are rookie numbers. Get those numbers. 100%. Guaranteed only 5. Strategy is creating gains. Non-stop rocket scooter. Emoji screens explode with wish man's galore. Mad secret weapon even tech can't ignore. Laser chapter trader, he's got the flair. Slap on more emojis.
Neon future.
More magnets. No looking back. Emoji overload. Keep the profits on track. Rock is good.
All right, guys, ready? Going to spin the wheel in about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resiliences are still negative, still very negative in S&P. The market is trying to hold at this bear zone top, which is interesting to see that fight there. Golden Eagle, 3842.
The more shit on your screen, the better you die. Rocket scooter emoji, 100% guarantee. Yeah, it's the only thing you need. Just for easy payments, only $5 grand above. This emoji strategy is creating games, non-stop rocket scooter emoji. 20,000 is all you need, and you get the ultimate emoji indicator for free.
The market keeps trying to rescue itself on the upper band. I learned my lesson early on in this since December. I don't take reclaims as much anymore. Not in this news-driven environment.
Fires up the rocket scooter. Day
Oh,
trade
God.
swings like a wild commuter. Charts
That goofy song. Congratulations. All right. We'll do one more in a second. Try this all over again. In about 10 minutes, we'll do the next one. I think next on the list is today. Ooh, my funded future is 50K rapids. Let me double check something real quick. Oh. Andrew, are you here? I'm gonna message you real quick. Man, what just turned into like a nice little bump up here? We'll see. It's trying. Could I? Like wave down, wave down? Is this gonna survive? Should I take the DD band long? I mean, it's trying to hold there. One more time. Type in MFF, you guys. We're gonna do one more giveaway. Oh, two more giveaways, but that's the first one. All right, I want to take in some prop accounts. I'm still nervous about the main account here.
As I chase this stream of charts and candlesticks I've seen. Hello, do you see me there? The student in the shadows, lost between hope and despair. I'm riding high, but it's lonely when I fall. Adding to my position, wondering if I've lost it all. Hello from the other side. I'm on my rocket scooter trying to turn the tide. I've called 1,000 trades, and I'm not really sorry for the risk I take. 'Cause when I win, it's like I'm free, hoping for a green day, chasing what I wanna be. Hello, Matt, you're on again. Talking through the train.
It's like the Hello Matt love song. I read that. It's pretty funny. Whoever wrote that one. I think that the image that came with this song was like a girl sitting in a coffee shop, staring out a window with their laptop out, writing Matt a letter. Dear Matt, your charts helped me so much. Let's get something a little more excitable for this spin though. Hold on.
Staring down the charts, greed don't glow. Liquid is thin, but I still.
So if you guys are new to the stream, we do giveaways every single day on the stream. We also have 2 other streamers that work for us. We have an afternoon sesh and we have an evening sesh. So we do the Asia sesh as well. I also go live on MyFitted TV right at lunchtime. So in about 30 minutes, I'll be over there. And they do a ton of giveaways on that stream as well. Can I link the link for the website for Ranking Prop Firm? It's not going to be shared with you guys until alpha testing is over. Alpha testing, our admins are going in there and programming the database. So we got to input all the data into the site, and then after we get all of it in there, make sure things are set up and good. For you guys to be able to play with it, give it about a week or 2 for the closed beta, which will be an invitation-only beta test for people inside of Rocket Scooter for closed beta. So if you're a member of Rocket Scooter, inside of our Discord, we'll give you the link. And then after closed beta is over, then we'll do open beta, which will be everybody on the stream. And then after that, we'll launch to the public with marketing. And beta, you have to assume things will be like a little messy, right? As we're kind of getting everything fixed and stuff. So negative resilience just basically means up here we've got resistance at half cap. This is from earlier when I tried to take that long. That same place setting up. There's gonna be a resistance off of both of these areas here, so I think the best I'll hope for is a half cap. Lucky would be something like this, but I don't think we go higher. But who freaking knows in this market? I like this song a lot. Come on, remember this one. Wrong from the Right Place. We have 2 songs named that. Is it level-headed? Is it Diva Deep again? Bro, you won yesterday. What the hell? Bro. Man, I'm telling you, that's your lucky day, dude. That's hilarious. Hey man, the RNG gods have chosen. Let's go, Debo. Let's have some more fun. I've got a couple more of these to give away. We got some time. I've got a Tradeify 50K light. Now let me tell you about the giveaways and the promos that we have with our prop partners. Remember, keep using code Rocket Scooter. When the prop website comes out, we're gonna have a code everywhere for that thing too. We're gonna move everybody to that code, and that supports the business, supports everything else, all the stuff we build here. We get the best discounts, just like anybody else that's an affiliate. Nobody gets a better discount than we do. So using our code, just as supporting our community. We're gonna do incentive bonuses on the website as well. Unfortunately, I have like an incentive plan at some point where whatever we can do, you know, within the limitations of what we could do, we'll have like, you know, loyalty program or something. So My Funded Futures, Lord Kick, doesn't do discounts anymore. And that's been like the biggest complaint a lot of us have had about My Funded Futures who work for them, is that they got rid of affiliate discounts, period, and just priced it in low to begin with on the site. So unfortunately, nobody gets a discount with My Funded Futures. Everyone gets the same price. You're just supporting your favorite affiliate at that point. Why they would choose to do that, I can only guess, but my guess is pretty much lines up with the fact that you have a better listed price on your site, so it appears more competitive, rather than having a higher price and then allowing affiliate discount to give a better sale price. So I think that's why they chose to do that. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but seems to be the reason to do that. But still use our code for My Funded Futures, you know. Wait, what's the Coles experiment in My Funded Futures? I mean, Average Jack, the Coles experiment. Tell me what that is. What is that about? It's on that topic. Did Coles do something similar? Just mark their prices lower or something? They just, instead of giving deals and slashing prices, gave the lowest they can and sales drop. Is it because Ian... Is that because the act of a sale incentivizes customers? Is that why? Feels like that might be the case, right? Like the fact that there's a sale entices you to go get something. Like you don't care that the listed price is like it's expected that you have a sale now. And that's really the incentivization. It's a psychological thing with people, with shoppers. Ian, bro went to make coffee. Bro's walking his dog. Ian, come back. I would say from a business perspective, as I own multiple businesses, I've learned that when you offer a sale, it always boosts your sales. It doesn't matter what your price structure is. The fact that you say sale, short-term impulses are triggered in customers. It could be a sale to a higher price over a competitor, and it still won't matter. They have their loyalty to your brand, but when there's a sale, they're incentivized to purchase. I feel like the affiliate sale model does boost sales, even if it's at a higher price. Especially when there's like exclusive sales. So you have like a 2-stage sale plan. Like you traditionally have a 10% off, 10% off, 10% off. And then when you host your 20% off, you get a big boost of sales that day. Your goal in life is to be listed under Granadores Recientes. Like, is that, I can't say, is this Spanish or Portuguese? It is Spanish. Is your goal to be Ultimo Ganador? Kevin. Is this Spanish? Is this Spanish? This is in Spanish. Somebody told me it's Portuguese. I don't know the difference in languages because I don't speak either. So limpiar I know means clean in Spanish. I know that much from high school. Somebody's goal in life is to be Ultimo Ganador. Recent winners. Is it Spanish? Okay. Ganadores recientes. Okay, this is Spanish. I don't know why it's switched over to Spanish language. Like there's like no slash, you know, US or not, whatever. It just is what it is. And I'm not on a VPN. I actually Googled this and they said that this is very common with Botrix. All right, I love you guys. So because we have a few extras, I'm gonna do some Lucid accounts. Lucid is slowly growing as being one of the fan favorites around here. You guys absolutely love Lucid. Ganar means to win or to gain, earn. Gainer. Tiempo de reclamación sounds like time to reclaim. Duration del gyro. I guess that means spin. I'm thinking gyro or gyro. I don't know if it's pronounced with the soft G, but gyro makes me think of spinning. So maybe that's the wheel spin. Most Spanish or French or Latin derived languages. English has a lot of Latin derived phrases and words. All come from Latin origins, and then like when we were kids, in our English classes we studied all the Latin roots, so everything kind of blends together. It's sometimes easier to sound out some of the stuff. Bonus para suscriptores. So I guess that's the subscriber bonus for subscribers. I don't know what iniciar sortio means. I would think sortio maybe means sort, but I know that's the spin wheel button. So limpiar participantes is clean participants list. Limpiar ganadores is clean the winners list. Sortio means raffle. Oh, there we go. Dude, what a crazy day. I mean, if you were trading this, trying to chase longs or chase shorts, you're gonna have a bad time. Should I just plan along and hold through it? That's the real question. $20 points up and down. Nah. I mean, all part of this looks like it's trying to hold, but it's like none of the data looks good. I mean, it looks horrible no matter how you frame it. My goal is to short from higher, but so we have a test version on Go charting right now with the Rocket Scooter tools on it, which is kind of nice. The other thing is we have historical data in Rocket Scooter on the test server. That's pretty nice. That's almost coming live to production. Neri. That new wheel is like such a tease. Yeah, it barely, it like spins so slow and then it lands and then it goes past like 5 names.
Woke up this morning, coffee in my hand. Screen is glowing, I've got a new plan. Scrolling through the feeds, another guru's on the screen. But this one's different, a trading machine. He's now wearing a suit, no fancy desk in sight. Just a gamer chair, shining ever so bright. He's talking futures, the market's high and low. My boy Rocket Scooter putting on a show. Oh, Rocket Scooter teaches
I'll give away 2 of these. 2 extra.
from the open bell till the closing chime. He's breaking down the charts one tick at a time. He says don't chase it green and don't panic on the red. Just follow the volume, get it in your head. Yeah, Rocket Scooter, the future's king, I know. Letting profits run and cutting losses slow. See the order flow, feel the market's pulse. He's calling out the levels, no baseless impulse. He's talking about support and resistance too, 100 times a day. The fundamentals he'll review. He's got his indicators, his setups are clean. He's not a get rich quick, he's a trading machine. He says don't trade with emotion, just stick to the plan. And don't risk more than you can lose, my friend. My man, Rocket Scooter teaching me the way. Shorten the ES or maybe the NQ today. From the open bell till the closing chime. He's breaking down the charts one tick at a time. He says don't chase it green and don't panic on the red. Just follow the volume, get it in your head. Yeah, Rocket
How many was that? Was that 2? All right, congratulations. Winners. Well, you guys get your free accounts. Check it out. God, we did ETF, we did Tradeify, and My Future and Lucid, just back to back to back to back. A lot of giveaways on this channel, you guys. If you sub to the channel, don't forget, tons of giveaways. Winners, here's the instructions. Go to my Discord, link in the description below the video. Below the video, you will see link to Discord. Click it, and there is a channel called Contest. In that channel, you'll locate Slacks, one of our admins. You'll collect your prize from him, send him a message. In the future, we'll have our own Discord for all the prizes and giveaways will be held through the prop scoring company. So they'll have like a separate Discord you go to, which will have a whole thing set up for you to claim your prize. But that's it. That's the end of the giveaway. But we'll be doing some more in about 10 minutes on My Funded TV, and then we'll be doing some more in about an hour after that here on Neon Stream in the afternoon. And of course, Brad will be back tonight. How many people feel like you didn't get a good night's sleep last night because Brad didn't tuck you in? You know what I mean? I didn't get a good night's sleep at all. I needed my bedtime story. I'm very confused about this overall market. It feels like it keeps wanting to trade down. I'm going to take that stance that it's still going to want to trade down. It's still going to want to trade down very heavy. I really feel tomorrow could just be like just the biggest, craziest red day possible. Well, all part of my brain was like, let me just take a bet at DD Band to bet that we hold this area. I don't really have any incentive to do so. I'm being extra cautious. NASA going up and down 100 points every 5 minutes. You know, you're not really missing out on much. I said 2 more Lucid. Didn't I do 2? I thought I did 2. Hold on. Oh, I only did. Oh, wait, I only did 1, did I? Okay. I'm already going senile, guys. I gotta remind me of these things. It's still the same list. You don't gotta type it in again. Fleetwood King. All right, the 5 of you now are allowed to claim your prize. Appreciate y'all being here every single day supporting the community. Today's the official kickoff meeting of the prop scoring website. So as of the next couple of days, we will have data on that site. I have like, when I see an eyelash in the corner of my lighting here. Oh, it's maybe an eyebrow. Hold on. One eyebrow. It's like one thread. It's driving me crazy. Get out of here. Oh, I missed it. Who do you think you are? It's like in the light, I can see this thing right here. Gone. Get out of here. But we'll start having data out there to kind of like answer questions, and I'll be using it as a demonstration on the site, on the stream. And then pretty soon we'll be like slowly opening doors to you guys to be able to play with it. It's a free service, and of course, at least for now, it's a free service. If it can't support itself, then we might have to make it a paid service, but I'm sure it's going to support itself. But it is a big effort that requires a lot of employees. So in reality, we really appreciate you guys supporting our code, right? With whatever you like the community, you like what we do, please use our code with all your prop purchases rather than anybody else's, because it gives you something back. It's going to create this whole effort for you guys to enjoy and experience that for free. So essentially, we're giving you back what you put in, right? Other than taking that money and slamming a Lambo every month into the garage. We do really appreciate continuing to build stuff for this community. Another avenue for, like, we're always like, you know, the idea is, how big can this grow? How many people can we get on it and continue to sustain it? So for now, the plan is to be a free service for y'all. What's up, Phidias? Hey, man, how you doing, Will? Good to see you again, broski. Got William, the owner of Phidias, over here in chat. Dropping in, giving us some love before I got to get out of here from My Funded TV. 5 minutes, thanks for the reminder, guys. All right, my friends, we love you. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a pretty good day. Like I said, I'm pretty much flat-ish. I mean, I've done almost pretty much nothing. I'm down like 4,000 bucks. Less than 1% of the account, not a big deal. I'm very rarely going to take a lot of risk down here, this bottom area of this market. Sitting out sometimes is the safer play. There will be a better play at some point. Do I want to short from the open? I could. I just want to wait for a higher high to short from. In this environment, volatility, so I always wait for higher highs. I don't like to, when markets are going down, I don't like to take the shorter pops. I like to wait for that crazy news thing and then fade it out. Tomorrow, be careful, GDP, PCE, Michigan numbers. Big news day. Today's probably trying to price in a lot of that. Tomorrow can be the day that just flushes and dumps this market, so be very careful. All right, guys, we'll see y'all later. Everybody click this link. I'm going to put it in chat. Head over to MyFunded TV. Give us support over there. We will be live for the next hour for Lunch Money with Matt. And they're doing a little giveaway there, as they always do. I got it. Hold on, let me post it real quick. Thank you, guys. Hey, what's up, Rogue? Good to see you, brother. All right, here you go. All right, and we'll be back in an hour. Neon will be live on the channel. Love you guys.